Greetings, everybody. We are back for another week of the Dur and Durs. I just need to alter my lighting because everything is super bright here right now. That's a bit better. So welcome everyone. Blue Jay, what's up? How you doing? So just a quick announcement before we get started. We've been in the call for about half hour before start of tonight's show, making a bit of a discussion about the future of the Curse of Strahd campaign, which I started and never got a chance to finish. Since I'm unable to continue with that show, what I have decided, I really want to do Curse of Strahd. And I've talked to these guys about potentially running a second nightly show for us here in this time zone. And it has been agreed that sometime in the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to start a Curse of Strahd campaign on a Wednesday night, which is New Zealand time, of course, be the same time as we are tonight. So we'll be doing homebrew on Sunday night, 7:30 PM New Zealand Standard Time, and on Wednesday night, same time, we will be doing Curse of Strahd, which will be awesome because I really want to do it, and I really want to have a vampire kill someone. So, or turn someone, one of the two. Well, that's the whole idea, is to turn everyone into a vampire. So keep an eye out for that. We will make announcements on the Twitter and in the Discord for the session 0 for that. Hopefully the next probably 2 or 3 weeks at the outside. Then once it's all going ahead, we'll be into it 100%. But for now, we are, I think, tonight episode 45 of the homebrew campaign. So without any further ado, we will turn it over to our DM, and we will do the recap for tonight's show. When I can find the DM. There he is. Greetings, everybody. Holy Jesus. Well, ladies and germs, boys and girls, episode 45. So, last week, when I find my notes, here they are. Last week, the Beholder, the large eye beast, revealed its presence to you, and you waited to see what was going to happen because he hadn't seemed aggressive at all at this point. Het strikes up a conversation with the mighty Kuljan, as he revealed himself to be. Bit of a conversation was backward and forwards. Het offered his jar of eyes. That would seem to amuse Kuljan in some respect. He then says to you that he knows who you are and what you seek. He then offers a deal, a chance to potentially walk away with no combat whatsoever. 3 doors. One leads to death for one, another leads to death for all, and the third, the items you seek and a way out. We discuss for a few moments, and then Ylrdy takes off and opens the right-handmost door and vanishes. Then, in a few moments, reappears standing next to Fiona, wearing all of her armor and carrying her weapon. Kuljan then initiates combat by attacking Het and sending him to sleep. Right, Fiona then summons for Silver Dragonling, immediately collects, swoops down and slaps Het awake. The battle goes back and forth, and after some time you realise that he's using some kind of anti-magic. Het then uses Collect to gauge and determine where this field starts and ends. Ylrdy again dealing some big damage with his skills as an archer, Kuljan destroying the Dragonling with a single attack from an eye beam. He then raises 30 feet from the floor. Sadiq eventually, after a few attacks trying to reach him, throws his dagger But with the anti-magic, it doesn't seem to come back to him. It sticks in Kulan's eye. Again, more attacks backwards and forwards. Another I-beam attack from Kulan renders Fiala starting to turn to stone. Sadiq manages to shrug off whatever effect had been pointed in his direction. Then, after a little bit of time, Het positions himself, raises his loot, and screams, "Hey, blue balls!" and fires a Vic Bolt, and deals huge damage and defeats Kulan with the lightning surging through his massive body, all of his eyes at once popping one by one until the great central eye explodes. Kulan falls to the earth, almost hitting Sadiq, who had to dive out of the way, managing to do so without too much effort. A noise can be heard from the throne as the throne then reveals yet another passageway leading to another portion of the tomb. With some more discussions and doors touched, Het is whisked away to an unknown location. Anari opens the final door and reveals that it's nothing more than a room. Het implores the group to move on and leave without him. The group move forward, being able to communicate with their earrings, knowing that Het must be at least within 120 feet of their location. You then move further forward, descending a staircase, a long corridor, and finding a very shiny and colourful room. Silver-coloured ceilings, a multicoloured staircase, and double doors. Upon the stairs is a bronze key, not unlike the golden key you found previously within the walls of this tomb. The key is presented and turned in the door. Oh, firstly, sorry, I skipped ahead of myself. Alessandros seemed afraid of this key, could not approach. Sadiq then picks the key up, his half-orc blood seeming to render him immune to its effects. Puts the key in the door, turns it anti-clockwise, and in a moment, Het is standing to his left. To Het's surprise, he's confronted with someone who looks exactly like Sadiq. Turns out it is. Next, the key is turned clockwise and a blast of cold energy emits from the doors. Sadiq, Fiala and Het all taking damage. Then the gold key is tried after a bit of discussion again. Fiala then turns the key counterclockwise. The entire group receives a buff and all restored to full health, and seemingly Inari's exhaustion seems to have been removed and cured. Then more discussion about not turning the key the other way or turning the key the other way. It was decided that Sadiq had the biggest penis and that we should turn the key the other way and see what happens. With that, the doors open, revealing a large tomb of sorts, four large statues in each corner wielding menacing and large weapons, a sarcophagus, an urn, and two chests. Again, investigations of the room and discussions. Spells don't seem to work. Fiala once again falling victim to her an enamorance to shiny objects, moves forward to investigate the chests. Sadiq failing to stop her, and Het's magic failing due to the anti-magic field that seems to be covering this room. Fiala opens the said chest and reveals the items in which you guys had been asked to search for. The Dragon Slayer Greatsword, the Horn of Valhalla, and the ancient dragon tooth dagger, all you find laying in the bottom of this chest. Some more investigation reveals a pull chain. Once been pulled, reveals a passage beneath the stone coffin. This passage leads you to a large, long ladder, which after 20 or so minutes of climbing you reach a trapdoor at the top. Sadiq breaking through, and you burst out to a bright sunny afternoon in the realm of Paradigm. The light stinging your eyes as you've been underground for some time, 2 or 3 days at your guess. And this is where we rejoin the Lions and episode 45 of our story. So you guys have all just crawled off the top of this ladder. It's this hidden trapdoor hidden in the brush and bushes, and you're now standing in not a clearing, but it's not dense bush or trees either, but it's a clear, what seems like afternoonish, probably anywhere between sort of 3 and 5 in the afternoon. Birds are still singing, and yeah, your card is nowhere to be seen. This is not where you entered the tomb. You're not entirely sure where you are at this point. You rested before, you guys rested after the battle with Corlan, before you came down to the tomb. And you do so. Roll a perception, investigation, because you're actively looking for it. So investigation with your eagle stats. An 8. Takes you a little while. You swoop up into the air, you fly around for about 30 minutes or so. Can no one... Oh, no one can hear you. Oh, hang on, I know why. Hold up, guys. I've had some audio issues this week.
DM's fault.
We should be good. Everyone should be back.
Whenever there's an audio issue, it's always the DM's fault.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Unless it's me, then it's my fault.
Well, generally it's Nutty's fault. Sorry, chat. Thank you for that. So
that's what we should do at the beginning. Just make sure everyone can hear us before we continue.
yeah. So everyone go through and explain what you're doing once again, just for the chat.
I have turned into an eagle in search of our wagon. I think that's it.
So we can hear everyone. Sweet. It looks like it's indicating now. Cool. Thanks. So for the first 30 minutes, you fly around and you can see the mound in which when you first come to the tomb. You can see that hill with the flat tops. You start going around it, and you sort of fly above where the cart or the carriage should have been, where you think it should have been. Couldn't see it, so you fly back around another 30 minutes, and then you do spot it. It seems to be, it's there in the place you left it, but it's a lot more overgrown than you expected it to be. Like possibly someone's tried to hide it, then it wasn't you guys, or you're not sure. It's weird. Something not right.
From me hovering over the wagon, can I see a visual of them where I am?
No, you cannot.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly back to them and unshape, and I'm gonna explain to you guys that the wagon seems suspiciously overgrown. Like it's not. Something doesn't feel right. I think somebody's been near our stuff.
And you would also know by flying back that the distance travel to get there would be about a day from where you are. Maybe a day and a half on foot.
And I explained that.
Well, I guess we better get a move on then.
Yep.
So we've come quite a fair way from the entrance to where we've exited then.
Yes, you have.
I would say we have come out of the butthole of this tomb.
Yeah.
The colon.
Let's go.
Feels like it too.
Out of Kohans?
Colan's colon. Yeah.
Colon Holio. Shall we go there again?
No.
No.
Not going there again.
Okay.
You've been there enough, Ed. Let's go.
So you head off in a general direction, which Fiona directs you in roughly direction you need to go. For the sake of the story, and I don't want to spend too much time travelling. The first sort of 5 or 6 hours, it's pretty easy going. You have hit a few thicker parts of the forest. Break into a clearing or two along the way, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. But I'll get everyone to make a wisdom save for me, just quickly, please.
I'll start it. 16.
20.
24.
14.
10.
So, who? Anyone under 16?
Yes.
3.
So that would be Het and Fiela under 16. What was yours, Anari?
24.
24, okay. Het and Fiona, you both feel really strange all of a sudden. Both of you know something's not right. Something's changed.
Fiela, I feel very strange all of a sudden. Like something has changed.
I was about to say the same thing. It just doesn't.
We can hear this, yes?
Yes.
Unless they're trying to hide it, yeah?
No, I'm talking in normal head voice. Out loud so everyone knows.
Okay.
Just some.
Okay, I know the relationship between you two is growing.
What?
Just keep it in your heads, okay? Yeah?
What are you talking about?
I don't worry, Fiela. I think Ellie is jealous of what we have.
What do you mean by you think things have changed, Ed?
Well, I'm getting my dragon sense is tingling, and I just feel. I mean, Fiela, you feel it too, right? I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. Yes.
I just give them a strange look.
Or your eyes just watering for any unknown reason.
And they're watering. Oh, yeah, hay fever. But yeah, I think.
Druid with hay fever?
That'd be bad being a druid with hay
I
fever.
wasn't born to this calling. Anyway, I think we should keep an eye out, like keep the bow at the ready, and.
That's a good idea. Hit gets his jar of eyes out of his pack,
Oh my god.
Oh.
closes the jar, puts it back, and holds an eye up, and keeps an eye out.
Okay.
Ed, why don't you jam them into your horns so that you're
Don't.
looking
Don't.
all these different directions and
Don't.
yeah.
I just reach out and slap. Sadiq.
Sadiq, that is a brilliant idea. And Hit gets some more eyes out, and obviously he's going to destroy a few here, but he jams them onto his horns.
Make a
like he's
dexterity
like a
check to
little
see how carefully you put your eyes on your horns and how many you destroy.
Making himself into a beholder.
Inari's house
Mini
face
beholder.
down.
Oh crap. That is a 4.
How many eyes are you putting on your spiky bits?
I was going for 4, like
4?
yeah.
I'd say with a roll of 4 you destroy all but 1. I mean, they're on there, but they're not really looking like
damn
eyes
it.
anymore.
This has gone a bit awry, but it'll do the thing.
Fair enough. So wait a minute. You've got a odd feeling, and Yellow's saying that it looks like. Is it potentially that time has travelled differently? You know, we were down there longer than what we felt like, or Kosis stuff. Oh, I can't think of the word now. Shit.
It would appear that we can't speak very well today after all that climbing.
Yeah, bit
Something's
tired.
not the same. Like I think either it's that watched feeling or that just something's not right.
asthma,
Hit
that's it.
and Fiona, with what Zeke has just said to you, roll intelligence check. Both of you, please.
This is my favorite chick.
You're annoying tonight, aren't you?
That's
I
a
got-
16.
16?
I got a 19.
19. Fiala, Hit, you sort of think for a moment. You think, it's possible, but you don't think so. The whole time shifting. Fiala, with a 19, you're almost certain that that's exactly what's going on. With your investigation of your carriage and with how overgrown it is, and it didn't look like it was unnatural, now that you think about it. So you really do believe that time has shifted differently out here.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did I see the horse still alive?
You could not see the horse at all.
Oh, that's a
The
good.
horse was not there. Not that you could see.
I forgot to mention that I didn't see our horse, and everything seemed way overgrown more than the couple of days we were there.
Maybe someone ate our horse. They got hungry. Or maybe the horse got hungry and ran away.
Yeah. So,
Okay, we'll find out when we get back.
Yeah,
'Cause we
yeah,
can
let's-
always go.
yeah.
We can always go back to the. Crap, I forgot the name of the town.
Helland.
Go back to that
Oh,
that town and see what's happened. They'll probably have some news.
It's a good
Yes,
idea.
Let's go.
So you proceed, and by this time now, it's getting pretty late. You haven't got to where your carriage is located yet. It's going to take you about a day or so to get there. You started pretty late in the afternoon, so it's now dark. You're probably pressing 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. You can press through if you wish, but you run the risk of taking on exhaustion if you push any further. You're starting to feel pretty ragged by this point.
So we make camp.
That is a plan. I like it.
So you search for a little bit, but you find a suitable place to set up and make camp. Takes you guys have done this a number of times before. You become pretty skilled at setting up camps. Whether you guys have got your tents with you or not, where you're just going to sleep under the stars, it's a nice enough evening. So you set up camp. My stream deck has died. There we go. Took a while to catch up.
Hit will take first watch. Hit is feeling pretty good tonight.
Is anyone else going to take watch with Hit, or is he going to take Hit watch on his own?
I'll take watch with Hit.
So Hit and Alessandros take first watch, while the rest of you bed down for the evening. If you eat, mark off rations. If you don't eat, you will suffer from exhaustion as well. Who's going to take second watch and third watch?
I'll go second
You
because
go
I will
second?
have meditated for my 4.
Okey-dokey.
Sadiq and I are taking third.
Okay. Roger that. So, Hit and Alessandros, you stoke up the fire. You're sitting around the fire, around the little fire pit there, waiting, looking, watching. I'll get you both to make a perception check for your 3 or 4 hour watch.
Pretty
Hit.
fire.
Hit, what was yours?
Hit is pretty damn good because of all these extra eyes stuck to his head. He gets 24.
24. And Alessandros, what was yours?
Pretty fire.
Okay, I'll take that as pretty bad.
6.
Wow.
Nat 1.
Oh wow. You got to let us know the nat ones. We're gonna announce those in chat.
Pretty fire.
So with a nat 1, and my stream deck is really having issues tonight. Wow. Nat 1. So with a natural 1, you're enthralled in the flames. Nothing much you can hear or see. Hit, you again, you hear the owls hooting in the night, the sound of crickets and such in the evening, and then you hear footsteps off in the distance.
Which direction?
From you, probably the northeast, leading probably away from where the tomb is. They don't sound. They sound kind of close. They don't. You're not sure if they're coming towards you or away from you, but they from your sort of knowledge and just from your hearing, just what you're listening to, they sound big, right? You can't make out whether it's humanoid or animal, but there's something big moving in the forest.
Killick, go Raven and have a look. And Hit sends Killick over to see what's going on.
Does the Raven have dark vision?
The Raven has the same dark vision. Everything is the same as the Killick, the imp, so yes it does.
Okay, so what's the range on his dark vision?
It is... damage, blah, blah, blah. Standard 60 feet by the looks.
6 feet, okay. So Collect would know that's that.
Oh, I lied. 120 feet.
120 feet. There we go.
Do I hear Hit say all this?
We would have heard Hit speak to Collect, I would imagine.
Is something wrong? Hit.
Oh, I thought with your abilities you would have noticed as well. Did you not hear the footsteps in just to the northeast there?
No, I was enthralled by the fire. I must be tired.
Ellie, may I ask how old you are?
You are 17.
There we go.
Ellie, I know maybe at your age you should know better than to play with fire. There's footsteps to the northeast. I've just sent Killick to see what is going on.
Do you think we should wake the others?
Not at this point in time. It could just be a traveling salesperson of some description selling hair combs or toothbrushes. Pay just to see.
All right.
What does Killick see? Killick will tell me telepathically.
Roll an investigation.
Investigation. That is... oh, it's good. 19.
19? That is pretty good. Now it works. Here we go. So, with a 19, Collect wanders around and flies back and forth for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then sends a message and says that there's a tall, hooded figure, quite large, with looks like he's got a bow on his back, maybe an axe of some description, walking kind of towards the camp, not directly, but sort of in a flanking type position towards you.
Kalek tells me there is a large figure, tall and hooded, carrying some weaponry headed generally in our direction. So keep your wits about you.
What's Kalek's AC?
Kalek's AC is Ahoo.
Ahoo!
Is 13.
13. 1 second. Kalek then sees, as he's sort of flying around, an arrow come flying out of the darkness, and it does strike him right in the chest.
Kalek.
What's his AC? What's his hit point, sorry?
10.
10. He will take 8 points of piercing damage from the arrow. He'll also need to make with that amount of damage, I'd say a dexterity saving throw as he plummets to the ground.
Okie dokie. Dex, you say?
Yes.
That's good as well. Well, it's okay. 14.
14. He will not take any further damage, but he has hit the earth, and you instantly he takes the damage. You feel the pain, not obviously physically, but you know that he's been hit with something, and you can sense that he's now on the ground and injured, potentially.
As a bonus action, I pull Kalek back into the void.
Okay, cool.
And I say to Ellie, whatever this thing is, I think he's attacked Kalek. Kalek has just been shot with an arrow. Maybe we should prepare to wake the others.
Yep, agreed.
Yep. So Kalek, Het goes over to Fiala and Sadiq to wake them, or anyone who's close by, to be honest.
You're all, I mean, you guys set your camp up in such a way, it's kind of a circle. Your tents are set up around the campfire so you can all keep warm throughout the night. So they're all pretty much within sort of 10 or 15 feet of the campfire. So probably the closest tent to you, Het, would probably be Inari, and then Fiala, and then Sadiq.
Okay, I stick my head into Inari's tent and say, Inari, I think we have trouble. Wake up.
Okay, so I become quite alert quite quickly.
Yeah.
What kind of trouble?
A being, large figure robed, shot Kalek out of the sky, I think.
Alessandros, you now hear the footsteps. And they are definitely getting closer.
Okay, I've got my bow in my hand and I come out of my tent.
Any large branches above me or anything like that?
You're in a bit of a clearing, so there's probably nothing too close that would support your weight.
Alright. So yeah, I ready me bow and arrow.
You then all hear a familiar voice come from the darkness. Oi! You guys out here or what? Mr. Het? Sadiq?
Oh.
Miss Fiala? I know you're here somewhere. I can smell you.
Bash.
I think I recognize that voice.
Hello?
Bash.
Miss Nari, is that you?
It is
Don't shoot!
indeed. I was about to.
There's some fella flying around up here. I took a shot at him. Don't know if I hit him though.
That's Het's thing, I think.
You don't know that.
I don't
You were
know.
asleep.
It's something, it's a bird, is it?
You don't know that. You're asleep.
Okay. I was asleep, I know nothing. All I know is I nearly shot you.
And out of the bushes, or the scrub, and out of the darkness, steps Bash. Hooded, large battle axe, the same axe that you guys gave to him, strapped on his back. Looks a little different somehow. Hair seems a little longer than usual, than when you left him like a week ago, maybe 5 days at most. And he sort of looks at you guys and says, Where the hell you guys been? Been looking everywhere for you.
We've been in the tomb.
Wait, what? You been there all this time?
What do you mean? Well, we've only been there a couple of days or 3 days.
Not to mention, A, Bash, you have a terrible haircut, and B, you just shot my raven out of the sky.
It was looking funny at me, alright? It was it had red beady eyes and it scared the shit out of me, so I shot it. Sorry. What are you going to do? But
Hang
you
on a
say
minute, why
two,
do you have hair like that?
but you said, Ms. Alessandro, you said 2 days, 3 days.
Yes.
Try 4 months. You
No.
guys disappeared.
No.
Well, I left you that note, and I called up Mr. Aslan because we had some things to do, right? And then we got word from that little fella in Holland that you guys never came back. And that was 2 weeks ago. I've been out here trying to find you guys ever since. We even checked the first part of the tomb, but you guys just vanished.
Well, Inari, Bash still has his clothes on, so he didn't make the same mistake you did.
Exactly.
What? What?
I put
What-
my
what?
hand in a hole.
Oh, you did that. You put your hand on the green face, didn't you?
Obviously, somebody.
Ha
did
ha
record it.
ha ha. Yeah, one of the dudes in our party did that. He doesn't look good naked. It was funny, but it was not good. But yeah, I mean, you guys have been gone for like a long time. Lots of things have happened since you've been gone. Kosas and Cass, and they've destroyed 3 more cities since you guys have been gone. Holland, not there no more. It's gone. Pile of ashes.
Sorry, what now?
That little town you guys were in that you helped, that we were there, we helped them with the bandits and such, and it's gone. Everyone's dead.
Okay.
Oh, no.
How long have we been in there?
About 4 months,
4
I think. About 4 months. Yeah, about 4 months, yeah.
But we only... No.
At least 4 months. Like I said, I left you guys. It took me about 3-4 days to get back to Mr. Adlan, and then we went off and did some stuff, and that took us about 3 weeks. And then we got a letter from Holland, and it took us about 2 weeks to get back over here by the time we finished our stuff. Like, we investigated the thing about your clan there, Sadiq. We investigated that those fellas, the roaming giant dudes. We went and checked them out, and it was 100% correct. They's all dead too. They're slaughtered. They were just left out in the plains to rot in the sun. It was pretty horrific. So we buried them, and then we come back, and we've been out here looking for you guys. I mean, I kind of figured you would have popped out here somewhere. So I've been just searching for days now, almost probably 10 days, give or take.
Oh crap!
But yeah,
Yes, crap indeed.
there's lots of things happening. Cass is not at his castle anymore. He's sort of moving around the place a bit more, so he's not at his castle very often, but he goes back there from time to time. There's been rumours that the White Dragon's been seen possibly at her lair up in the north. Some people have been saying that. Forfei's gone missing. That Meiji fellow in the main city, the guy that was helping you fellas, he's gone missing. No one knows where he's gone. That was like 2 weeks ago. All sorts of shit's been going on. Demons have been seen all over the place. None more of this undead stuff. It's all demons, like winged things and eye beasts and all sorts of shit. It's fucking scary. I mean, I get to kill lots of stuff, but man, it's getting pretty brutal.
Bash,
Behold,
is
that's scarier.
Is Aslan alright? He was with you?
Oh, Mr. Aslan's fine. I keep him alive all the time. It's all good. Nothing gets to him when I'm around. So I mean, I'm gonna have to get back there pretty soon, because without me, someone's gonna knife him in the back. I swear it. But he sent me out to look for you guys, because it's kind of my fault. You guys were in here, wasn't it? I mean, I sent you here.
It's not your fault, Bash.
No, we needed to come in here, and it was not.
We would have
with-
come if you had or had not have.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see you guys still alive. I mean, I was a bit worried. I I knew Mr. Sadiq be okay. I mean, he's got the orc blood. He's always going to be good. I mean, not much can kill us, but a little bit worried about the little people like Miss Nari and Mr. Shim. What the hell are you anyway, Alessandros? I mean, I've seen you as a girl and now you're a boy. It is confusing.
I want to go over and give Bash
With that,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have anything over my head, so I just show Bash my natural form, seeing everyone else has seen it.
Oh! Alright then. No, put the other face back on. Please. Whoa. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I was sicked up a little bit in my mouth. Don't do that again. Miss Alessandro's plate. Oh, jeez. That's some...
Alessandra is amazing. She found every single trap in the place. She's the best rogue I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, clearly she didn't find the one that made you lose your clothes, because I think Manari found that one.
She fell in every trap in the place.
That was just her crafty way of making it look easy. Wasn't it, Ellie?
That's right.
Yep, absolutely, yep.
Our trap finder wasn't much better when we were in here, to be honest. It's just one of them places, so don't feel bad. He walks over and just gives it. Alessandro gives you a slap on the back, sort of sends you forward about a foot or so. It's a pretty hearty slap.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Bash, it's good to see you are still alive at least, and 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it's been. This is not a good thing for us, Sadiq, Fiela, Ellie, and Ari. Even you, Bash, if things have gone down like this.
Oh, the
that
world's
means we
gone
need
to a
act
gone.
quickly.
Yeah, the world's gone to a bit shit there, Mister Hit.
I think we go and find this white dragon.
Bash, do you know the way to the White Dragon's lair?
I can lead you to the. I mean, you guys have already been pretty close, I believe. You guys went to, I think it was what Mr. Aslan say, the town of Redfield, I think it was. You remember that town? It was a long time ago, but you guys went there and helped out. That's why I think where you and Mr. Sadiq met. Was at the town of the Redfields. If you go north of there, about 4 days, you'll go to the mountains, and it's in the mountain. I don't know exactly where it is, but apparently it's like directly north of Redfield, about 4 days in the mountains. The trail's hard and it's cold, so you'll need to rug up because it's pretty cold up there.
Oh, I like the cold.
Oh, you'll be okay, Mr. Hit. I mean, you've been a white scaly type yourself. I think you'll be fine.
Is there a stop on the way for supplies?
Well, I mean, it's north of Valon, the master city, so I mean, you guys probably head back there first, I guess. Supply up, do what you have to do. I think, yeah. Oh, hang on, and he starts sort of going, patting, doing the Maori haka, the Pakeha haka, looking for his wallet, sort of patting himself down. Oh, hang on, here, and he pulls out a parchment and hands it to you, Hit. This is for you, for all you guys, but here you go. And you open it up, and it's a message from Coram.
It's a message from Coram.
And he basically just says, hey, when you get a chance, come back to Valond. Much to discuss. Thorfey's missing. The city's in disarray. We need to discuss some form of action.
Hit reads that out in Hit voice.
So yeah, so you guys are, well, at least you got okay, right? So you guys need me to help you get back to, I mean, the closest town from here now, obviously not Alond anymore because it's not bloody there, is it? Let's see. Bash pulls out his map because he can't remember where the hell he is. Well, closest town to us now is the port city of Beaufort, but that's a fair travel from here, probably 4 or 5 days on foot. I mean, you guys got your carriage. Your horse, by the way, really sorry, but I think Wolf's got it. It's looking pretty bleh.
I knew it.
But I got you a new horse, and I tied it up next to you guys' cart, which is like a few hours over that way.
Along had a teleport location, didn't it?
Yes,
Or
it did.
was it
You,
well,
I mean,
that would still be there, and we have a scroll that will allow us to activate it to get back to the lawn.
yes, you do, but you will not be able to take your carriage with you.
I don't care about the carriage.
We spent a lot of money on that ride.
But you do have a scroll that will take you back to the teleportation circle in the Arcanum, or the Arcanus Potterum.
So yeah, I think that'd
Can-
probably be our best way to get back instead of traveling for 5 days or so.
Bash, would you like to take our wagon?
Well, I suppose. Oh, yeah, I could take it back to Mr. Aslan, and we could probably get it back to the city for you. But it'd be a couple of weeks, but we'd definitely be able to get it back there for you for sure.
We'd be really grateful.
That's the least I could do.
Bash, I have something for you.
Oh,
And he
what
takes-
is it? Yeah, okay, Mr. Hit, what's up?
He takes the jar of eyes out of his pack, and he has one piece of meat wrapping paper still. He opens the jar of eyes and sticks. Oh, I have 2 pieces of meat wrapping paper. He opens his jar of eyes and puts an eye in it, wraps it up in the meat wrapping paper, and he says, "This is so I can keep an eye on you and Azalan at all times. You must carry this, or give it to Azalan, I don't care which, but keep it with you. If you ever need to contact me, just swallow it."
He's going to roll an insight check on you because Bash ain't stupid. Deception on your part.
Decepticon. Oh shit, I'm rolling good tonight.
Let's just see what Bash's stats are here. If I remember rightly, his isn't too bad. Right, what is your deception?
18 plus 5 is 23.
Holy shit. Yeah, Bash rolled a 9. So Bash is like, oh, sweet, thank you. I will pass that on to Mr. Aslan. I'm sure he would be more than happy to be able to keep in touch with you. I'm not one for eyeballs myself, but I'm sure he'll be into it. He's, you know him, he eats all sorts of weird stuff.
Excellent.
So, yeah, so I'll leave you to it. Sorry to freak you guys out in the middle of the night or anything, but I'll get back to your guys' cart and sort that out and get it back to Boulogne for you. Like I said, it'll be a couple of weeks before we get it there, but we'll definitely get it there for you guys. I'm glad you guys are alive, eh? It's good to see you guys all. Hopefully, as I said, well, when you guys are ready to hunt down that thing, Cass, let us know. Send us a message and we'll come and help you with that too, because them undead thingies need to be killed badly.
Bash, just before you go, take a pair of these hands, Bash, 2 earrings of sending.
You know that only goes a couple of yards, right?
Yes,
120
but-
feet.
Long distance.
but next time someone decides to visit us in the middle of the night, we'll probably know.
Yeah. Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
alright.
Golly.
So how did these work then, Alexander? What's this? I don't really have earring. Well, I have ears, but I don't really like to wear jewelry.
Just
Stick it through your nose like I did.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, it generates fear in your enemy as well.
Cool. Just what I
and
like.
The other one's for Azalan as well.
And what do they do? I mean, is it just for decoration or what? I mean, what is it?
Well, when you stick it in your nose, we'll tell you what it does.
He looks at
Yeah, that
Sadiq.
works.
He looks at Sadiq. Don't even bother with the inside cheek. He's like, oh, shrugs his shoulders and. I mean, he's already wearing a nose ring, so he takes his nose ring out, puts the ring of sending in. Looks pretty cool.
touch mine and activate it and tell him, just him, exactly what it does. As in, when he's within a certain
Whoa,
range,
that's
to us.
cool. And he touches his nose and sort of says, just goes, testing, mic check, 1, 2, testing.
Just don't sneeze.
Oh, shoot! Oh, sorry.
Ah!
My bad. I was touching my nose too hard. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh.
As long as you don't,
I think I bit snot on my finger. Sorry. He wipes it on his jerkin. So.
Hit touches his and says, and you also, when you finish a sentence, you must say over, over.
Okay, over.
Bash. Don't. You don't need to say over.
No, it's
Over. Stop.
Stop. That's
Oh yeah, I forgot.
stop. It's over.
And Bash, by the way, and this time Hit shuts off the ring and telepathically into Bash's head. So only Bash knows. He says, thanks for coming to check us out. You're not so bad after all, eh?
He sort of touches his nose and goes, it's all good, Mr. Hit.
I look at Hit and go, what did you do?
Can I stop touching my nose now? It's starting to tickle.
You only need to do it the first time and then touch it again to turn it off again. You don't have to keep on touching it.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, he puts the other one in his pocket.
Except for when it's me and you, Fiala. We always have to keep on touching it.
He sort of gives you a sideways look and says, right, I think that's my cue. I will definitely see you guys again, hopefully a lot sooner than last time. But like I said, send a message when you're going after Cass, and hopefully Mr. Aslan and the boys, we can come give you a hand. Alright, I'm out. Bye now. And he just
should we go?
he spins on his heels and is gone. 3 or 4 big strides and he's off in the darkness.
I was just about to turn around to the group and say, should we go and do a bit, fight Cass first?
Might be an idea. Didn't Cass actually have some items that we needed as
That's
well?
what I was thinking.
Well, if we go to Valon, we'll be able to find out Cass's actual movements. Maybe.
No, well, if I remember right, we actually need Aslan and Bash to be with us. Well, his group to be with us when we go after it, because it's actually at Cass's place in his vault. So I don't think he's carrying it around with him.
If Cass is moving around, he might be able to sneak in at one time he's not around. Maybe.
True.
So still full on, so we can find out what his movements are.
Yes, Glenn
Yeah,
Lawrence is there.
Valon's the best choice, and then we can use that to go after Cass or go after the Ylrdy or the White Dragon or whatever.
The White Dragon.
Mm.
Yeah, Ylrdy's her name. But yeah.
I'd like to see this White Dragon first, though. Just saying.
So are we going to teleport back to Valon? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
So Valon first,
Yes.
and then okay, sounds good.
And the
Let's
rest
do
of
it. It is time to restock.
Yes.
with the reset button.
Oh, hang on. It's in the middle of the night and we were in the
It
middle of the rest
is.
before
It
Bash
is the
came
middle
Yeah,
of the
we'll
night,
just
and
finish
you
it.
are still in the middle of the evening. Well, probably
Do
wee
me.
small hours.
It's my turn to hang out for a bit, and
Yes.
while you guys rest.
You
Sorry
will,
for
have, you
waking
will
you
have
all
to
up, but
you will have to
that's
sleep a little longer because you've been up for a little while. But so Inari, you take your turn at watch. No need for a perception check. Your watch goes without incident and without any more hassles. You keep the fire stoked. You watch over the rest of the group. You do receive a mysterious message, though, during the evening.
Mm-hmm.
It's a message just for you, and I will tell you what that message is at a later date.
Okay.
Like very soon, when I can bother typing it out.
Okay.
I think you know what that message is anyway. We've sort of
have no
talked about
idea.
it. But yeah, so after the time you wake Fiala and Sadiq.
And I might just hang with them for a couple of hours before. Actually, no, I'm going to go and meditate for another couple of hours. But be halfy. Asleep, half awake. And then I might go and hunt for some breakfast for us.
I just gave you a message in Skype.
Okay.
So you wake Fiala and Sadiq.
Yeah, and then I'll go and hunt breakfast.
Okay. You take off and go for a hunt. Fiala and Sadiq. It is now your watch.
Awesome.
Zeke,
Yes.
I have to ask you something.
Okay.
You don't have to act like it's such a problem.
Oh, look, the last time I gave you some advice, after that you started beating me up because, you didn't like my advice.
Apparently, half orcs like that, don't they?
Oh, good point. What is it this time?
I think there's something wrong with Het.
Oh, you think there's something wrong with that?
He wants to know more about me.
Why do you think that's something wrong?
He wants to know my last name and favorite color and I can't just talk.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yeah. Haven't you told him anything about yourself?
no.
Why?
I think you know why.
That's not a reason not to tell him. It's probably a better reason to tell him in the first place.
I mean, he's gonna find out anyway, and I just don't want to lose everybody.
Okay. Do you need an answer tonight, or can I, think on this for a little bit?
Thinking is hard for you, isn't it?
No, but I don't
Wow.
want shit to go wrong like last time. And you get
Actually, shit went right. You told me to choke him, and I've been happy ever since.
yeah, well, you've been happy, but no, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, give me a little bit, and I'll work out what you should probably do. But honestly, he should know who you are.
So what do I do? How do I just
Tell him.
How? Do I just walk him down the street?
Take him on a date and tell him.
A date?
Yeah, you know what a date is.
Yeah, it's a day on the calendar. You go
It's like a fruit that makes you poop bad.
a date.
So isn't it a fruit?
Shut
Do
up.
you have
Ari,
any
you're
dates?
asleep.
It's a fruit that if you eat too much
I'm
makes
out
you poo real
hunting
bad.
Breakfast.
You can't hear any.
No,
You can't hear any of this, lady.
when two people who like each other go
Yeah,
out,
last time you told me this stuff, I shouldn't have listened to you.
it's
Two
not
people
something,
like each other.
it's not something like us orcs do. It's something that you humanoids do.
And he's gonna like a date.
Yeah, he'll know what a date is. Just say, look, you want to go out for a date. He'll probably be more up to it anyway.
And then just ease in.
Yep.
Blech.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put
how
your
much
hand
would-
on his throat. Oh, well,
I will mute you, Anari.
Are
should
you?
have already had.
Does
Sorry.
everyone go on the date with me?
No, it's just you and Het. It's, you know, this is that whole thing that 3 is a crowd. Unless you're into that type of thing. But, yeah.
You orcs are weird.
What?
You're very weird. You know why? I know why you're single. Because if you're choking everybody with the guns that you have on, you probably killed everyone you were interested in.
Hey, I never initiated. It's always the female that initiates, not the male.
Well, that explains a lot too. So,
Fair.
I carry on with my watch.
I'll get you both to roll perception checks, actually with a disadvantage, because you guys are so involved in this conversation. You probably don't notice anything that's going on around with you. You probably don't even notice the fact that 2/3 of the way through that conversation, Inari returned to the camp and is standing there looking at you guys, bemused and kind of, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Well, mine's 5 without disadvantage. So
And Fiona,
perception is not my strong
I'm
suit.
trying to get my D&D to work, so I'm gonna have to do this the hard way and say 24.
okay, you did notice Inari walk up, but you just didn't care and just
Yeah.
carried on.
Did I catch the deer that I was after for breakfast?
Roll a survival check with advantage because you're in private terrain.
Dirty 20.
You did indeed. Much to Fiella's shock and horror as you returned to the camp with a deer strung over your shoulder.
Didn't stop me
Sorry.
from talking though.
Well, she didn't notice that part until just now.
Could you?
Well, we all need food, and I'm pretty sure Het wants some fresh meat.
Oh, yeah, Head does like his fresh meat.
Oh, she's torn. She's torn.
I have a talk with it.
Hey, maybe you could make him a vegetarian.
I have an idea.
Cherry.
Got this.
I've got a sneaking suspicion he would be telling you where to go stick your vegetarians.
He might like a good raw vegetarian from time to time.
Apparently they get stuck in between your teeth.
Little bones.
Yeah, but oh well.
I can
Yeah.
see poor Fiona going green here.
He loves it.
Sorry, Fiona. I give her a hug. Try not to get blood all over her.
Oh no!
I much prefer my field rations anyway. I'm carrying around 14 of them.
Yeah, I've got like 19, but you know, it's okay. It's okay.
I sent you a
Fresh.
message, Fiona. So, with the remainder of your watch being completed and without any sort of further actions, you'll all come to wake in the morning. You have your rations, whatever, well, fresh meat in the morning or cooked meat, depending on who cooks it. Coffee, whatever is there.
I'm going to cook it this time instead of Inari because I remember what she did in the abomination she made
That's right.
Guild Hall.
Do you want me to
No,
put
it was
through
in
a
that
fix-
was in Holland.
Yeah,
At the
Bad.
inn, the inn in
That was-
Holland. It was pretty bad.
that was
That made
really-
me sick.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it did. Almost made everyone sick, really. So you're going to cook in the morning, that's fine. You're pretty skilled at cooking out in the bush.
Just
No.
wait a minute, I've got to go help Yanti.
So you're having issues. You broke it.
I don't think
Yeah,
she
but-
can unmute herself. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I broke it. Carry on.
she broke it. But anywho, you all wake and get yourself prepared for the morning. I believe Het had the scroll.
Yes, it does.
So Het, you pull out your scroll.
Hey, thanks, Inari, for capturing this fine beast as well. It smells so good.
No problem. Thought you might want to chop up a leg and have something fresh for a while.
Yes, that would be lovely. And then we shall teleport back to Velond.
Hopefully everything has been sorted over there.
if I want to take some of this deer, because we won't eat it all in one hit, right?
No,
If I
you will
want to
not.
chop up some of this deer for some meat with some salts, how many pieces would I get and how long would it last, do you think?
Roll survival.
That roll. Okay, I've rolled a low one today. First low one, so 13.
13. Takes you about 30 or 40 minutes to get enough meat off it, which probably lasts you about a week's worth of rations. So seven days worth of rations for you.
Take it, Head just butchered the animal.
He took some raw meat for himself.
Okay. I was going to butcher up some for him anyway. So.
Okay. Well, so you do survival check with advantage as well, to see how much more you get. But you got 7 days worth of raw meat, and it'll last 7 days before it starts to turn bad. By the 7th day, it's going to taste pretty bad, but it'll still be serviceable.
Yeah, 19 on my one.
19 on yours. Yeah,
Yep.
You were able to butcher the rest of the carcass without too many hassles. And you can, with that, say 5 days worth of rations each. Another 5 days worth of raw rations for hit. So everyone gets 5 days worth of rations to add to your ration pack.
I'm gonna sear my ones so that
Yep.
they're already cooked. Because unlike it, I like my meat cooked.
I'll assume those that want it cooked will cook it before you go. Those that want it raw will keep it raw. If you want to salt it, then you can salt it if you wish, but that will take time. It'll take a couple of days to fully salt it before it be eatable. But once all that's done, Hit makes the preparations to make the incantation of the scroll, which will port you back to the city of Bellond and to the Arcanist pot room.
Righto, guys. The portal's ready to go back to the Arcanist Potter room. Aye. We got, not long, so
6
jump in
seconds.
first. Bloop.
And one by one, you know the procedure. So the moment the runes light up on the ground, you all step in to the circle, and in an instant, you are all standing in a familiar room within the Arcanist pod room. This time, no Thorfey there to greet you as he normally would, but there is a elven woman, someone you've not met before, but you've not met her personally, but you recognise her as one of the acolytes from the Arcanist, and she's sort of standing there. And as you all arrive, oh, greetings, welcome home. We received word from that orcish gentleman that you would be returning soon. Didn't expect it quite this soon, however, but when the portal opened, we could only assume it was you. Things have changed somewhat in your absence. Did he inform you of how long you've been gone?
Yes, but still trying to work out how, what.
Well, it appears that things have changed somewhat with the breaches of the realms. Time is shifting across the realm, not just in places like that. That probably was more so because of where it was and the magics that were already there. But yes, 4 months is a long time. You've got a lot to be filled in on. Coram is expecting you at his manor estate as soon as you're able. Please follow me. And she sort of beckons you to follow as she leads you back up to the main area of the Arcanus and up to the front, basically back up to the main entrance where you can leave at your leisure. What are you guys doing? You are now in the main hall of the Arcanus.
We're going back to see Coram?
Yep, may as well. Get it over and done with.
It's early morning, so yep. You make your way to Coram's estate. You know where it is. The guards at the gate recognise you all. As you approach, the same guards that you've dealt with before, he sort of nods as he opens the gate, allowing you in. Who's knocking on the door?
I will.
So Sadiq, you knock on the door quite forcefully, I'd imagine. And the elderly gentleman that is Corum's house servant opens, never speaks to you guys, but nods his head in recognition and waves his hand in a gesture to move you to a familiar room, the desk office of Corum, who happens to be sitting hands clasped but waiting for you. He sort of nods as you all enter the room. Doesn't say anything at first, but waits for you all to sort of come in and find your seats. And his manservant closes the door behind you, and he sort of waits until the doors are closed, and then addresses you guys. Well, I'm glad to see you all alive. We were somewhat distraught when you did not return after a week or two. It appears that your time in the tomb was somewhat altered. Some events have taken place which may be disturbing to you. Firstly, the small town of Helond, which I believe you aided before heading out to the Tomb of Horrors, no longer exists. And I mean this in quite a literal term. The site and where this town once stood is nothing but ash. Not even a remnants of a building remains. Kosis wrought havoc across the landscape and has razed virtually every town and small village in that part of the continent.
Cassius probably got pissed off with us then. Means we're doing something right. Yes?
No, I believe he is just moving across the land, destroying those that have either aided or maybe intend to aid you and your cause.
Yes.
To leave you no refuge. Secondly, I'm not sure if Bash told you, but Thorfey has gone missing. We're not entirely sure what had happened, whether he's been kidnapped, whether he's left of his own volition, but he is nowhere to be found and has been gone for the better part of 2 weeks. We've had major scrying on him, and yet no success. Thirdly, the Black Fang has been busy at work also. I have several people at my disposal, and information has come to light that Alessandros, it's best you keep a watchful eye. You are top of their list still. They do believe that you were responsible for the dispatch of the Valon chapter.
Oh, awesome.
But it also has reached my ears that you were given a contract that you have not yet fulfilled. And in not fulfilling
is hard, okay?
and not fulfilling this contract, each day the chances of them exacting their vengeance upon you grows stronger. So
Wait,
be aware.
You say you're hunting a dragon, Ellie?
Maybe.
She
just
did.
a
She
little-
did give you this information in the tomb.
Yeah, I did.
She
yeah.
let you guys. She
Something
let all you guys
about
know
the
that
fact
she'd
that
been
she was-
contracted to hunt Ylrdy,
But it doesn't.
but she had questions before she made any kind of final judgment. At this point, she has no intention on carrying out her plans until she's
Exactly.
spoken to the dragon.
Right, that's what she.
Oh, that's right. Hit just thought it was
Shim
him
said.
for a second. Hit knew that other stuff. He was just playing the intelligence.
Oh,
that he
yes.
has.
Sorry, yes. My bad.
It's okay. It's hard to tell sometimes.
It is. But yes, and then Corum says, and finally Cass is on the move as well. He's recruiting for his undead army, sacking towns and cities as he goes, and raising them all again to join his ranks.
Undeniable.
But he does return to his keep frequently to regenerate his power, I would assume.
How often does he return now?
Seems that he's returning every 3 to 4 weeks. He can spend a few weeks away from his keep before having to return to rest. I'm not entirely sure where he is at the moment, but we could possibly find out. He's a very powerful man and hard to keep tabs on.
Do we know about his defences at his keep when he's not there?
I would imagine that we could possibly find out for you. He's bound to have vampire spawn and obviously undead there, maybe in a lesser capacity, but we're not sure if he has anything else undead or zombified at his disposal as of late. He has been growing in power also. With each breach of the realms that Asmodeus is able to achieve, the veil becomes thinner. Therefore, those that have the darker powers seem to grow stronger with it. It is getting increasingly more difficult to keep them at bay, even from these walls. Valond has been attacked 3 times in the time that you've been gone. We have been able to repel these attacks thus far, but our defences grow weaker as we lose more souls to these attacks. One can only imagine that this is a plan to weaken the city for the final attack, and in which Kosis will attempt to destroy the city. So,
Well,
with that,
well,
what is your plans?
well, I'd like you to send someone to at least scout out his keep so we can find out.
We would definitely send someone to do just that. It will take a few days before they would possibly return. I mean, we are unable to scry on him because he has powerful wards.
Bash also said that the White Dragon has been sighted, yes?
Potentially, in the north, where we always thought that she was hidden. But again, no confirmation. Just general sightings. But if that is your next course of action, I mean, that is definitely closer than Cass's castle. And she is a potential ally in this fight. What better ally than another dragon to fight a dragon? I mean,
one can only hope.
One can only hope that she still does not harbour ill will towards humanity for her betrayal. I know the council is all but long gone, but some of the remnants still remain, and whether her grudge remains with them, I'm not 100% sure.
We'll see.
We're
So,
going to the lair.
Okay, solved.
It seems like the best plan. I agree with Fiala.
I mean, yes, you
Yeah.
still have items to recover that would aid you in the final battle, but I believe the most valuable ally in this fight would be Ylrdy, the champion of men, as she was once known. She was paramount in the defeat of Kosis the last time. How much do you guys know of Ylrdy and Kosis themselves? Do you have much information about
No,
them
not
directly?
Not much at all. Not much at all.
Apparently they've been talking to each other. We know that. Because his pet's ball. He picked the ball up. Well, we're assuming it's her, at least.
Well, that's what we gathered from that vision we saw, right?
You saw a vision? What did you see? Please tell me.
Well, it all began long ago in a far-off world.
Okay.
And
shorter
Hit gives the
version.
story. Hit gives the story loosely of what they saw.
Okay. And Coram sort of sits there thoughtfully as you regale the conversation that you guys had witnessed between Kosis and Ylrdy. And he then, once you've sort of finished your story, says, well, you actually know more than you thought. It is true that Ylrdy and Kosis were once mates. They were bound to each other. It was believed that Kosis had his lust for power had altered his mind, which is why he attacked when he did. But things have come to light in recent months that it seems that his lust for revenge is not solely unwarranted. But his time in the Hells has changed him. He has grown much more powerful than he once was. I do not believe he is the red dragon that we once believed. I believe that he is now becoming, or has become, a shadow drake. A very formidable foe. A lot more powerful than just a drake alone.
Kind of makes sense because we have seen him fly away and he wasn't the same colour. Well, he wasn't a red colour, he was something else.
Well, if this is true, then it is far more sinister than what I once thought. You'll definitely need the aid of these items that we have sent you to recover. Did you find what you needed at the tomb?
I think so.
We may have
found a horn, a dagger.
May I see them, please?
So I do believe we did find what we were meant to find in the tomb.
And he asked to see the items.
I pulled the great sword out from my back.
Because you had it on your back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you weren't entirely sure what it was at this point, because you haven't had it identified, but you're pretty certain that it is. And he looks at it. He pulls out a scroll from his desk. He rolls it out in front of him, and you see him sort of tracing his fingers over it. And then he makes a couple of hand motions and waves his hand over the sword. The sword glows in an arcane blue for a split second, and he says, "Good, yes. This is the Dragon Slayer Greatsword. An amazing weapon. This will definitely help you in your battle against Kosis. You're going to need it. And the horn and the dagger as well, you said you recovered those."
We did.
Dagger out.
And he repeats the process for both of those items, and he says, "Yes, these are definitely the items. I hope they serve you well, Lions."
Corum,
Yes.
can you... Did these two dragons have children? Did they sire offspring?
I do not believe so. It is possible that there may have been one, maybe, but no one knows for sure. I think the only ones that would know that for certain would be Kosis and Ylrdy. But there has been no word that they ever were able to conceive in that manner before his rebellion started.
I guess we would know, right? Because when you take a white dragon and a red dragon, they have like pink dragons, so it would be obvious.
Well, not exactly, Masterhead. It could be either color, really. A red, a white, even a black
pink,
or a green. Or even a blue. The color is not denoted by its parents.
I don't really think you know your color circles so well, Corum, but that's fine.
I am colorblind, after all. You look pink to me now, Head. You always have. Are you saying you're not?
I am a little flustered. I get that way around my friend Fiala here, her lovely outfit. What a sight. Look at that.
She is rather stunning in the armor or lack thereof. But yes. How does that protect you in a battle? There's not much of it, is there?
She doesn't need... She needs... We protect her, right, Fiala?
It helps it breathe when I wild shape. Wait, we won't get
into
the
you're a
science.
druid, yes, of course. It makes sense now. Excuse me. with that, yes, so obviously an ally such as Ylrdy would be paramount to winning this battle. I mean, it's not going to be obviously the only thing that's going to win this battle, but if you were able to ensure her as an ally in this final fight, then we would not be assured to win, but it would definitely be in our favour to do so. We still have not discovered whether Neymaris indeed was the champion or not. It is possible, with her death, it's unsure to determine whether she was under his influence solely or not, with not having a body to examine. But that is what we believe, but we can't be sure. So you may still face more than one enemy in the final battle.
What will happen if Ylrdy sides with Kosas? Is there a chance?
There is also always that possibility. I mean, dragons, I believe, I don't know a lot about dragons per se, but I believe that most dragons mate for life, and there is a bond, a very unbreakable bond between dragons when they do come together in such a way. But it depends. It would depend solely on the fortitude and on you guys. I mean, if you are to speak to her, you would have to convince her that we are worth saving, ultimately. I believe that that's what she will be after more than anything. She was betrayed once. Trust is not easily earned back.
We do have to fight against what the council did to her.
Yes,
I got
the
a
Council
feeling
of
that-
Elders did do some pretty bad things. Not all the council were responsible, of course, there were some that were opposed, but they did very little to stop what happened. If what Kosas believes is true, and he was defending his kind, and the council is responsible for the slaughter of the dragons of this realm, then I'm not sure that we should stop him, myself, honestly. But in saying that, he himself, if he has become the Shadow Drake, he cannot live. It would not bode well for these realms. The innocent people that live here would perish for no reason other than his revenge. If his revenge was to stop at the council, then we would probably not be having this conversation. But his anger and his hatred is extended far beyond. The whole realm is suffering at his hand, at Asmodeus' hand, with now demons breaching the veils. We've had all manner of beasts come through. Devils, demons, still undead rise by the day. Most of them joining Cass's ranks.
Sadiq, this rolls me up. I imagine it rolls you up too. We cannot have this.
We are losing this battle, Lions.
More battles can be lost as long as we win the war.
I hope that we can win this war, Masterhead. But at this point, morale is very low across the entire realm.
We shall raise morale, Lions. We shall. I will hold my mouth for this war.
I reckon if we can show Ylrdy being on our side, that would probably be a good motivator to everyone else. So maybe that's what we should do.
I believe that you would be correct, Sadiq. A dragon of her stature, shall we say, she by now would be a match for Kosas, no doubt. Maybe not in his shadow form, but she is definitely be classed as an ancient drake by all standards, all meaning of the word. She once stood for us and stood as a beacon of hope in these realms, in these lands.
She must be like 75 years old, right?
It's
Yes,
not
it.
quite how it works.
It's
for
at
dragons.
least 75, at least.
You laugh, but Dragonborn only live to be around 70 or 80 at best. I thought dragons might be the same.
Dragons,
Live for thousands of years, Ed.
an ancient
She's
drake.
probably really young for her age.
An
She
ancient
probably looks
drake would
really
be
young for her
around
age.
700 to 900 years old, Masterhead.
Oh, crikey, she'll outlive me a few times over then.
Well, not
she'll,
necessarily.
It depends
Because
on who kills
she's-
her. I mean,
Not,
if she
not
dies.
only that, because she's old, you know, she might die around about the same time as you.
this
Don't
is
know.
true. She is possibly in her latter years herself. Who knows?
Sadiq, are you
A little bit off
attracted to
topic here. But
white dragons?
No, but
Okay, just checking.
age does have its own beauty.
I mean, age is but a number, is it not?
Yes.
That annoying bird of mine. Jeez. Wish my servant would like put a cover over it or something. Noisy tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize for the noise.
I thought it was your seat. Never mind.
Well, it possibly could have been. I mean, I did have a spicy breakfast. Well, so if you are to go after Ylrdy and try and find her lair, I can tell you that it is definitely in the extreme north of the Howling Mountains.
Yeah, we've been told up near Redford.
North of Redfield, yes. I believe you are all familiar with the town. I mean, obviously nothing much remains there. Was one of the first villages, I believe, that Cass and his minions destroyed, which I believe had direct correlation to Ylrdy, because obviously she would have had some allies there, potential followers too, I believe. But yes, directly north, I believe, of Redfield to the mountains, there will be a path, but it'll be an arduous one. It'll be difficult to find, but when you find it, just follow it north into the mountains. That is about all I can give you. I'm sure that you are more than all of you are capable of navigating your way, and I wish you all the best.
Well, please send us a message if you locate Thorfinn, will you?
I will definitely get a word to you. I will also send a message to you of Cass's defences when he's not at his castle, or even if he is at his castle. Yes, we will do that very shortly.
All right. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I need to restock. Is Valon still open to us like it was previously?
Yes, it is. The guild house is still there. We still have not appointed a new headmaster. We've been dealing with other things, so you are still able to acquiesce anything you need from the guild as before. Take what you need. Don't even. There's no worry about charge. We will supply you with what we can. Things have become very desperate.
Really?
So do what you can. Take what you need, within reason, of course. I mean, obviously, you're not going to walk into the Arcanum and demand the most powerful spell on the planet, because you're not going to get it. I'm sorry. I'm talking about supplies.
Well,
Your basic supplies.
I'm thinking I need a ranged weapon after the last battle that we had. I found that
Well, having range capabilities would definitely serve you well in a fight with a dragon, I would believe.
yes. Well, I have a ring. No, I have a dagger of returning, but I found that if there's dispel magic in the round, it doesn't return, which is a problem. I need a bow.
Thank you. Thorn.
I need some arrows.
Well, thank you, Lions. I bid you good day and best wishes for your coming journey. Like I said, travel to Redfield as soon as you can, and then north, and hopefully you find Ylrdy and can convince her to join our cause in this battle.
I think we can do it. We're
Like I said,
Okay.
she will be difficult to persuade. You will need to regain her trust and prove to her that we are worth saving in the end.
we got Het. You know, if Het can't do it, we're screwed, pretty much. Yeah. So
If I can't do it, Inari will just send 2 or 3 arrows into her and destroy her in like 4 hits, I'm sure of it.
that's probably not gonna happen. But
Inari is pretty damn good with that bow, have you not seen?
yeah, but I don't think she. You know, I don't. No, I don't. Just
Okay.
Who am I trying to kill?
An ancient white dragon.
Oh. Oh.
We're not trying to kill her, we're just saying that if it comes to the crunch, you are pretty good with those arrows and you would probably, you know, just put her down. Like a rabid dog.
Would certainly try.
I think it's probably best.
You could certainly try. And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Give me one moment. I will turn off the DM. Hello, we're back.
Right.
Righto, chat. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a short break. Need to use the outhouse and get some refreshments. So thank you everyone that has joined us tonight. Thank you for follows. We got Sunworm with a follow tonight. Thank you very much. Don't forget to join the Discord. Catch up on the YouTube with the previous VODs. Also, too, if you like us that much, you want to support, hit that sub button. We're looking at doing some more campaigns, so every sub helps. But we will be right back after these messages. When I find my BRB button. Okay, I'm back. Munch. Yeah, I know. Sorry. But we've got a few moments before everyone returns. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. Where's yours? Over there. What? Over there? Come get him if you want.
I think he's got an eyeball coming.
Well, yeah, Aslan, you've got an eyeball coming. Bash has got a present for you. Heck gave you a present, so you'll get that eventually. Yeah, one of Het's specialties, yeah. But welcome, chat. Welcome to the show. I hope you're all enjoying it. Hopefully, we're not going to see anyone die. I don't think we're even going to get a combat tonight. Never know, though. The night is still young.
Oh, what did I miss? What's my specialty?
Eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to go to town. I've got some plans for town.
I kind of figured you would. And you guys found a few bits and pieces and some money-ish while you were away, so...
Oh, yeah, he was hoarding.
So we have, it'll probably be a shopping episode tonight with the rest of it, I'd imagine. But that's all good. You've got to have the shopping episodes from time to time. But don't forget, chat, if you are wanting to catch up on previous episodes or you're just joining us and you want to catch up with the rest of the story, follow the YouTube link and go catch up on YouTube. All the previous episodes are on the YouTube. There's the link right there. Thank you, Blue Jay. We also have a Discord. If you want to come out and hang out in Discord, I'm hanging out there all the time. Come and chat. I'm quite happy to talk about D&D all the time because why not? D&D is life. So much so that we're looking at starting another campaign. Because I didn't get to complete Curse of Archu on Curse of Archu Strahd during when we started it a little while ago. I've decided to ask these guys if they would like to start a new Curse of Strahd in our time zone. They have all agreed, so keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks. It'll be on a Wednesday night, same time as the Sunday night show. It'll be a completely official show, so it'll be no homebrew content at all, apart from possible background stuff. But as far as spells and all that sort of stuff, it'll be completely official content. Yeah, how dare you live in the wrong time zone? I know, right? Do you need 3 nights a week? Well, as it stands, if we do this on Wednesday, it'll be 3 nights a week, well, 3 nights a week on every second week for us as well, because we play in a game with Baz as Dungeon Master. So too much. There's no such thing as too much D&D in my books.
Life just gets in the way of D&D. That's the only problem.
Exactly. This IRL, it shouldn't exist. We should have D&D 24/7. And with that being said, time to hand it back over to the DM and get back into tonight's show. And there he is. Hello, we're back. So, Corin bids you farewell, and you all leave his estate. You head back down the path out to the gate. The guards allow you to pass. They close the gates behind you, go back to their position. Where are you all headed from here?
I'm heading back to the guild hall.
Agreed.
Guild hall?
And entering into the guild chapter, or whatever you want to call the big bloody book with names, and putting Inari's name in it to make it official.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ah yes, that's right. You had unofficially invited Inari into the guild. And yes, you can
Unless,
Do you
of course, she
remember
doesn't want
the?
to.
Do you remember the ritual that you guys went through?
She has to go and do some
Yes.
collection quests, like 10 pelts and 20 heads of some dragon and something like that.
Well, I think we can forego that hat because, well, she's been with us for a lot of this, and we can vouch for her genuineness, I guess.
She has to sign a parchment, and then a tattoo goes.
I was going to say, do I get a cool tattoo?
Yeah, you get this one.
Yeah, bend over. No,
No.
okay.
Don't bend over.
I look at
Just
Ali.
because Ali got it on her ass doesn't mean the rest of it.
So, Anari, you've been offered a magical piece of parchment, which you've been told that once you sign will make you a fully fledged member of this guild, and give you the lines of the black lion seal.
Okay.
Do you sign it?
Yeah, sure.
You sign it, and sure enough, the moment you finish pinning your mark, you get that feeling. It's quite strange, but you get a sort of a warm feeling on your left arm, at the top of your shoulder. It gets slowly hotter to the point where it almost burns, but then it just fades almost at an instant. And if you have long sleeves, you'd have to lift them up to look. But if you have a short sleeve, you'll see that you have now the mark of the Black Lion Guild is now freshly tattooed magically upon your skin.
Yay, congrats! I go hug her.
So as you guys entered
Fair
the
hug.
guild hall, the half-orc servant, Seth, still there. Gives you a bit of a wave. Limps across the room doing his thing, as you guys remember from when you first met him. He was a former guild member who took a pretty serious injury,
Yeah,
which
an arrow
has
to the
caused
knee.
him
Arrow to the knee.
an
wasn't
arrow
it?
to the knee,
Well,
an arrow to the thigh actually, but it's made him walk with a permanent limp. But yeah,
I'm actually interested in a longbow, which is called the Corpse Slayer.
the Corpse Slayer longbow, you say?
Yes, it's a +1 longbow that does extra damage to undead.
Very specific bow indeed.
Yes.
You would have to do some research on A, where to find it, even if it exists, for one. And B, if you do find that it exists and where it is, we'd have to determine how much it's going to run you. So firstly, you would have to possibly ask around town. You probably have to ask, because it's a magical weapon, you probably best bet would be the Arcanist.
Yep. I'm gonna go searching for that.
Okay. Fiona, what are you doing in this time?
I have no idea. I am gonna follow Ali around, I think.
Okay, so Nari, what are you doing at this point?
I am going to go and purchase or get some more arrows.
Yep.
But I also want to find some poison that I can soak my arrows in.
Any specific type of poison or just any poison?
Something that's going to cause a lot of pain and suffering.
Of course, that's what poison does. Again, anything specific or just general poison?
General poison.
Okay, so you'd have to go to an apothecary for that, which you'd know where they are. I mean, you've dealt with
Yep.
poisons, so you'd know where to find them. Alessandros, what are you up to?
Okay.
Anything else? You sure?
You sure?
I was going to just go back once I've got my poison in my arrows and go back and literally soak all of my arrows in the poison.
Poison doesn't work that way. It would dry up and be rendered ineffective. You'd have to use it at the time of application before you fired it.
Okay.
So it would be a
Free
bonus
fight.
action. It would be a bonus action to dip an arrow in poison before you fight it.
Okay. Damn it.
And,
Okay,
Alice Rondos.
going to get more arrows. I'm going to see if I can get some upgrades done.
What sort of upgrades? Magical?
Magical as well, yes. Armor upgrade for starters.
Okay, so you're going to need to see the blacksmith and possibly the arcanist.
Yep.
Hit, your plans.
Hit has a lot of plans. Firstly, Hit wants some simple items, probably general store stuff like a skull and some ash-coloured paint.
Which you'd be able to find at any general goods store. I would say mark off 5 silver. That'll get you what you need for that.
And more eyeballs, yes.
Like a person's skull, like a human, or what type of skull?
Oh, you probably have to. Well, what type of skull you're after specifically?
It could be any, but something that fits in the palm of Hit's hand.
I'd say you'd be able to, if you visited probably the apothecary, you'd probably find they'd have a series of differing types of skulls: human, wolf, bear, rabbit. I mean,
Human it is.
They'd have a range of different skulls there used in different rituals.
And what would these human skull cost?
Probably 5 gold, I imagine. I mean, a human skull's not one that's well sought after, so it would probably, let's say, a more unusual item.
Okay, and the second thing Hitz wants to do, I'll mark that down and write that up later. The second thing Hitz wants to do is, he talked about going to the, a while back, he wanted to imbue his compass with the power of the
yes.
sword that he got.
Yes, I do remember that. What was that again? Remind me.
The sword is the one that makes him resistant to fire. It is the, I've got it right here.
Yes.
The
What did
Frostbrand
we?
scimitar.
Yeah. What did we say? Because did you go and do that at that point?
No, I asked about it and it was expensive. I said I would come back.
That's right. It was. What did we say it was? I can't remember.
I have.
It might have been. It was something. It was pretty expensive. I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty up there. I cannot remember. I don't think I must have written it down, but I cannot find it at this point.
Just looking at my sheets too. That was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right over here. No. I think we said something like 2,500 gold pieces or something.
Yeah, it's 2,200. I have written down
Yeah.
here.
There you go, then 2,200. Sounds about
Okay,
right.
so-
Oh yeah, there it is, 2,200.
So Het goes to the shop and are we sort of skipping over this quickly? Is that the type of thing?
Yeah, we'll do it. We won't spend too much time. There'll be specifics that'll go into RP, but at the moment, just the basics. So
Yeah. So slight change. Het wanted to buy a new compass because he was told it would be a couple of days while he had to have the compass and the sword in the shop.
yes,
So Het will buy a new compass, and then he will give the sword and the old compass to the person who's going to do this. He's also going to give one of the eyeballs from the jar to this person, one about that will fit into the compass placing, and he wants them to make the compass an eyeball compass that makes him resistant to fire.
okay. Add another 300 gold to it because that's going to be a little bit more work. So it'll be 2,500,
No problem.
and it will take 2 days to complete.
And then, last of all, Het wants to find a jeweler's,
Jeweler, yeah, easy enough to do.
and he wants to, away from everyone else, he wants to make a special amethyst tiara crown for Fiala that matches her current outfit.
So in a pearlescent white, sort of silver or platinum.
If that is what she's wearing, then correct.
Yeah,
that
so
is what he's making.
her armor is pearlescent, silvery white.
So yes, but he wants amethyst studs throughout, like a large center one and then 2 or 3 on each side.
We can do that. That would run, I would say, amethyst. What do you want to go for, platinum or silver?
Oh,
Platinum will be more expensive, but it'll be a lot more sturdy.
Het has platinum currency, so he will say platinum. What is the cost for platinum?
Would say three platinum if you had 3 platinum on him, that'd probably be enough platinum for them to draw out and make the Atara out of. And
Done.
it'll run you 200 gold for the gems.
Done and done.
Sweet. So that's you. Anything else you wanted to do?
At this point, that is everything Hit wanted to do. Thank you.
Cool. So we'll just pop back up to Anari. Now you wanted to get some arrows. How many arrows did you want to buy?
I've managed to go through. Oh, how many can I buy? 50?
Yeah, you can buy 50, and it'll run you 10 gold for the bundle of 50.
Okay.
And the poison, it takes you a little while to find there's 2 apothecaries in town, but the one that deals in poisons is a little bit harder to find. It's sort of out of the way. And you rock in there, and there's a gnomish gentleman behind the counter. He is kind of hunchback. It looks really old, like he's but he's kind of hunched over. The store's really dark and dingy as you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of, as you walk in, he sort of jerks up, sort of one eye closed. It almost looks like it's closed over on purpose, or swelled shut. It's kind of weird. He sort of says, "Yes, what can I do you for?"
I would like to buy. Oh.
Quickly! I haven't got all day.
Poison.
What type of poison would you like? We got lots of poisons here. We got poisons that'll make you go blind. We got poisons that'll make you go deaf. We got poisons that'll set you on fire.
Ooh. No, something that'll just kill.
Paralytic poison. Poisons don't kill. Well, they do slowly, but we got poisons that'll do damage over time.
That'll do.
So, all right then. And he sort of jumps down, disappears behind the counter. He's quite sure he must have been up on a box or something. And you hear him rummage around the counter, throwing things around, and you hear a vial drop on the ground and break. You see smoke start wisping up from behind the counter. He's shit! All right, deal with that later. He comes back and he comes back up and he's sort of you sort of looking over the counter as he's doing this.
Yes.
And pops his head up and it pops up right in front of your face. Oh, well, you're an ugly one, aren't you? Well, here you go. And he gives you 2 vials.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 vials will be enough for 6 applications. So you only get enough for 6 arrows.
Yep.
But he says, oh, this will do nicely. When you dip a blade and arrows? Oh, nice. When you dip your arrows into this, you do it right before you shoot it, right? And then what you do, you shoot it and it'll hit the target, and the target will bleed for 2d6 per round for 2 rounds.
Ooh.
Very good poison. Very expensive though.
Go on.
It'll be 50 gold each.
I will.
Quickly, you haven't got all day. You want it or not?
I do.
50 gold.
Give him 50 gold.
Each.
Damn it. I'm 3 gold short. I will take one.
You only want the one? You sure? You want these 2
can I
50
give
gold?
you 47 gold for that?
47? What do I look like? A fucking charity? 50 gold?
I am looking in my pack to see what I can sell.
What are you wearing currently?
I am wearing armor, studded leather.
Do you still have your amulet from the Enclave on?
Possibly.
Did you not take it off and give it to Elshonis, or did you keep it on?
Can't remember. Did I take it off?
I don't remember whether you took it off and gave it to Ellie to put in a bag of holding or not.
I can't
There
remember.
was talk about it. I just can't remember whether you did or not.
I don't think I did.
Okay, for the sake of this, we'll say you didn't. He's looking at you up and down. He goes, "Oh, that's a nice bit of shiny you got around your neck. Tell you what, give me 40 gold and that bit of shiny, and we'll do a deal."
Okay.
He sort of snatches it from your hand as you hand it over, and he bites it to make sure it's real gold. And he's happy, and he hands over the potion and says, "Right, anything else for you? Is that it?"
That's it. Thank you.
Right, get the fuck out of my shop. And he just turns and disappears behind the curtain.
Thanks for having
And he's
a chat.
gone. He's not even worried about you anymore. You got no more money, he's not interested. You're muted, by the way.
What kind of poison would I find it under?
You won't. So just
Oh.
have to note it down. So just when you apply it, it's a bonus action to apply it. But it'll do 2d6 poison damage for 2 rounds. If they're affected, they get to make a save, which is a Constitution save, which will be based on your spell DC. So just make a note of that.
Poison. 2. DC. Con save.
Yeah, so 2d6 poison damage for 2 times rounds.
2. D6.
Yep, no worries.
Damage. Over 2 rounds.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Got it.
If they
Sweet.
save on the con save, it'll be half damage.
Con save. Half
So essentially it'll be 1 round instead of 2. But I'll remember. So.
Okay, sweet. You just have to remember, okay?
Well, you got to
Sweet.
remember it too. So.
Tray. Poison.
You try.
Tray.
Right, Michelle. Yes.
I've thought of an idea. Can I go to the jewelers?
You can go. Well, I don't know. Well, actually, no. Head's probably been and gone, so you could probably go to the jeweler as well. But firstly, we'll just jump on. We'll do Alessandra's first.
Yep.
Chat. Sadiq will be back momentarily. His PC just crashed, so he will be returned shortly. I know, Alessandros, you wanted to go buy some arrows.
Yep.
So
Restock
how
those.
many did you want to buy? It'd be 10
probably
gold for
another-
50.
I just wanted another 30.
Yeah, 3 gold. 4 gold.
Done.
And you wanted to find a armor, so you want to go to the blacksmith, which is the dwarven gentleman you guys have dealt with before.
Yep.
So what specifically are you looking for?
What's he got in stock?
Well, he's got nothing magical. Anything magical would go to the Arcanist, so it's just all standard stuff. So it's all just studded leather, and he's got some basic mail and basic plate.
I'll probably just get the arrows, go to the Arcanum and see what they've got.
Arcanist, no worries. So you go off to the Arcanist, and again, what specifically are you after? What type of armor are you looking at? Like cloaks, rings, armor.
Armor.
To do what
Probably.
specifically?
Better armor class.
So what are you currently wearing?
Just the leather. Just basic leather.
Just basic leather. So you could potentially.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Studded leather,
No,
apparently.
so you should be wearing studded leather. I was going to say. So depending on what you're specifically looking at, because what you are wearing is just a basic style. You can look at a +1 or a +2, depending on what you're wanting to buy.
I'll have to work that out next episode, I think.
Well, what they currently have at the Arcanist to fit you, if you're looking for leather armor specifically,
Yep.
um,
Well, studded.
what they are looking for is they have they don't actually have a lot in stock at the moment. They have a armor resistant, acid resistant, which is just a light leather armor, but it will give you resistance to acid damage. They have armor, studded armor of lightning resistance. That's also available. Again, it'll give you a resistance to lightning damage. With also the studded armor that you're currently wearing. And that's really about it. They've got the standard leather +1. They've got some.
Studded +2, maybe.
Let's see if they have some studded +2. They normally have a few things in stock. They do have a studded +2 in stock.
How much would that set me back?
That will set you back 1,500 gold.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That was scary.
Blue screen of death.
Not 1, but 3.
Ouch.
Okay.
Alright, I'll have to get back to you on that because I need to talk to the group if they'll let me spend some money.
So yeah, so 1,500 gold will get you the studded leather +2.
Cool.
We can, as a group, I suppose we could all just say yeah, right, as if we'd spoken about it before.
You can do, yeah. I mean,
Actually, I can do
Exactly
that.
how much?
you can do. Well, you.
We got the 200 platinum. We got that jade.
There's a
box,
jade coffer
which
that
is-
you've got to deal with as well, yeah.
Yeah, which we've got to sell. So that might actually help you out there anyway.
Correct, yeah.
What do we have in the box? Do we have anything in the box?
The box
There
was
was the 200
potions.
platinum.
Yeah, there's 200 platinum. The potions have been distributed out.
Yeah,
Um,
I grabbed all of them.
yeah, so
and I
there's-
shoved one down in Ylrdy not that long ago.
yeah, so you got 200 platinum and the jade coffer. The jade coffer's worth something. You'd have probably to take it to probably a jeweler to get it appraised and sold.
Well, if the group has said yes, then I shall get myself a +2 studded leather.
Grab your
Done.
do that. 1,500 gold. Mark that off. Either your party funds, your own gold, whatever, or partial of both, whatever has been agreed
It'd
upon.
be Both.
Do you guys want to sell the jade coffer while we're here? Might as well do that now. I'll say that, hit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Fiala, you can take that to the jeweler when you go to the jeweler to get it appraised, if you wish.
Hand the box over to Fiala. Because if I remember correctly, she was following me around.
She was.
Anyway.
And then she decided that she's going to head off to the jeweler after all that.
Well, in that, I said, Fiala, wait, take this J box, get it appraised. There, done.
So, Fiala, you wish to visit a jeweler.
Yes. Is the coast clear?
You see Hit come out of the jeweler as you're approaching.
Oh, Hit was trying to be super sneaky. He would have checked the doorways and everything.
Yeah, she's sort of seen you come out, but didn't see what you've got. She just assumes you're selling something.
It's probably a compass thing.
So,
I'm gonna walk in and put the jade box on the table first and say, I would like to have this appraised if I could.
and what you see when you put the jade coffer down, and this is what Hit you would have dealt with as well, was a dwarven woman, long red hair, tied 2 big fat dirty red braids down both sides of her very round face, and the most amazing red beard you've ever seen on a dwarf. Big chested woman too, very barrel chested, very buxom dwarven lass. I don't know how well my accent's going to be with my teeth, but we'll give it a go. And she greets you with a hearty, "Hello, love. How you doing?"
I'm doing good. The beard's very impressive.
Why,
Love it.
thank you. I grew it all myself.
Oh,
No help at all. Well, what have we here?
yeah.
And she starts sort of looking over the box. Well, this is beautiful, isn't it?
Very.
What would you like to do with it?
I'd like to get it appraised, if I could.
Well, sure. And she sort of scuttled off, threw a curtain out the back, comes back with a magnifying glass, one of those jeweler's eyepieces, and a little jeweler's kit. She starts sort of tinkering around with it. She opens it up. She inspects the inside. She inspects the hinges. Little jeweler's monocle in, one eye closed, and expecting to think very closely, and sort of go, "Oh, yeah, that's very nice." And then she sort of says, "Right, well, it's a very fine piece, made out of the finest jade. This here lassie, I would appraise at about 5,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It's a
Touch
very
my
nice
ears,
piece."
Anthony. And I'm gonna say, do we want 5,000 for the jade box?
Sell it.
Now, where you are, the only person that would be within 120 yards of you would be Hit, who's on his way back to the guild house.
Yeah, sell it.
I would like to sell that if I could. See?
Well, just so happens that I've been looking for a jade box. But I'm not paying 5,000 gold pieces for it.
Oops.
Tell you what. I'll give you 3,500.
Oh. What about store credit? Can you maybe give us some store credit?
Oh, I don't do store credit, love, sorry. I'm a jeweler. It's not like I have any travelling items or anything like that.
Well, I'll tell you what I would like, and then maybe we can kind of. I would like to have five necklaces made with this symbol. And I show my tattoo.
She has a
And
good look at it with the monocle, sort of right up close.
Yeah. and maybe
Yes.
Have some kind of magic attached to it that would help us out.
Well, I don't do the magic, but I can certainly make the pieces for you. Tell you what, 3,000 gold pieces for the box and the necklaces. Made in the finest silver. With platinum inlay.
How about 3,500?
32.50.
33?
32.
32.50 it is. Shake.
And she shakes your hand, grinning from ear to ear. And she says, "Come back and see me in a day, and I'll have them done for you."
All right.
All right, lassie. By the way, what is your name?
Yeah, then what is your name?
Oh, my name's Maggie.
Oh, you are wonderful. I love
Nice
you,
to
Maggie.
meet you.
It's great.
I said, "Come back in a day's time, and I'll have them done for you."
All right, thank you. And
Thank
lovely.
you. and the transaction is complete. Sadiq, now that you're back, you head off to the Arcanus looking for a magical bow. So you're going to do a bit of research first. So you head into the Arcanus and you meet the same elven lady that greeted you at the portal, and she says, "Oh, welcome back. What can I help you with today?"
In my travels, I have heard of a longbow. It's called the Corpse Slayer. I don't know if
The Corpse
that's
Slayer,
what
you
it's
say?
Yes,
Hmm.
it's
One moment.
a long bow, but it does more damage to undead.
Yes, I've heard of this in my studies. Just one moment. And she sort of scooters off and goes upstairs to one of the main libraries. About 25 minutes later, she comes back. She comes back with a large tome, quite dusty and old, and it's got a metal latch on it. She sort of plonks it down on the table in front of you where you're sitting. She says, "I believe you'll find some information about it in there."
Excellent.
So she leads you to the book, and you will make a an intelligence check with advantage because you have the book in front of you.
Okay, that would be a 21.
Takes you an hour to skim through this book, looking for references to the Corpse Slayer. This is a mighty fine bow. It was thought to have been lost on many occasions. It's sort of. So, which one was it? The Corpse Slayer longbow that you're looking for specifically?
Yep.
So it was once thought to be lost to the ages, and then it was rediscovered in the last decade that it was recovered in a tomb of an ancient lord. And luckily for you, has been recovered and now resides in the home of Coram Mordan
Oh,
in his
excellent.
private collection.
Excellent. I'm going to go ask for a borrowing of the bow.
A borrowing of the bow, even.
Yes.
So you make your way to Coram, to the guard. The guard sort of, all right, I don't think Coram's expecting you. Just hang on a moment. And the guard turns around and heads up to the house.
Show him that symbol thing that
Yeah,
he gave us.
he didn't even acknowledge it. Knocks on the door and talks. You see him sort of poke his head and talk to someone. He comes back and he's all right. Go wait up at the house.
Cool.
That's what this guard's new. He's not one you've seen before.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you wander up to the house and again you get to the door and the manservant again waves you into Coram's office and you sit there and you wait for about 20 minutes before Coram enters the room, sits down and says, Sadiq, what brings you back? Is there some form of assistance you need?
I have done some research and found that you have an item that I'm interested in acquiring. In particular, it's referred to as the Corpse Slayer bow.
Yes, very famous bow indeed. It has been used in many a war against the undead of these lands. Was once thought lost to these realms. Was found almost a decade ago. In fact, I managed to acquire it. Well, I acquired it, shall we say,
Yes.
for my collection. Follow me, he says,
Excellent.
and he takes you upstairs. Big spiral oak staircase. Seems to go on forever, as I said. Portraits of different people along the walls as you go on. You think some of them you assume were possibly some of Coram's family, maybe, or people he's known in his past. But yeah, just some pretty awesome looking portraits. He gets to the top, leads you along a long sort of narrow hallway, then up another narrow set of stairs, and you get to a sort of double doors, and he pushes it open, and in this room it's just a long hall, probably about 40 feet long, about 15 to 20 feet wide, and lining both sides there's just cases of some pretty awesome looking stuff. First case you sort of come to, he says, this thing I acquired quite some time ago. You may have heard of it. This here, and what you see is a shriveled hand. I said, that there is the hand of Vecna. A very valuable piece. That falls into the wrong hands, it could be very disastrous. But a very cool piece nonetheless. The eye has been lost, however. The two pieces together, I hate to think. He visibly sort of shudders at the talking about it. And he shows you some other pieces. There's another great sword, which is they're all in sealed cases. Some of these items, some of them are in open display. There's some shields and bows and things. There's a lot of stuff in sealed cases. Some pretty cool looking stuff. And it gets sort of 2/3 down the way on the left hand wall, in a display case, is this bow. And as you look at it, you can see why it's called the Corpse Slayer. It is entirely made of bone. It looks like the main body of the bow looks like it could be the leg bone or femur bone of a large humanoid. It's then sort of, you're not sure how it's put together, but the then top stems of the bow look like rib bones, and there's a small bird skull in the join on each part of that. It looks like the string on it is weird too. The string almost looks like sinew and tendons. And he sort of says to you, and there she is. A very good bow. Definitely would do the damage against such creatures as we face right now.
Yeah.
Now, you say you wish to acquire this
Well,
bow.
more of a loan, because
Alone.
after I've killed, crap, I'm really bad with
Cass.
names. Cass, that's the bloke. Once I kill him, I don't think we're gonna have much of an undead issue. It's gonna be more demons and stuff instead.
We do, I mean, the demons have, I mean, that is, from my understanding, the next phase of this evolution, shall we call it, more demons than undead, but we've always had an issue with undead, of course, but...
yes, my orders helped with that. But...
definitely. I mean, the blood hunters have played more than their part in this battle, in this war, and will continue to do so in eons to come, I believe. So, let me propose this. I will give you the bow, with your promise that you find that mark on Cass's beady little head that destroys him and puts him in the ground for eternity. If you strike the final blow, the bow is yours.
And
But
if I don't,
if you
I
do
have to
not,
give it back.
the bow returns to my horse.
You, sir, have a deal.
And he sort of bows, not deeply, but bows sort of half pie to you and holds out a hand to shake, to seal a deal.
Do the full warrior.
Yep.
shake.
Forearm to forearm.
Yep.
And as he grips your forearm, he gently squeezes your shoulder with his other arm and says, "May all the gods be with you in this endeavour." And he then waves his hand over in front of him, and the case opens. The bow lifts off the wall and just gently floats over and hovers in front of you.
Impressive.
I've had a lot of years to learn my crafts.
Yes, it appears so. Just reach out and grab the bow.
And as you grab it, the weight falls into your hands, and it's not heavy. It's surprisingly light considering it is made out of bone. You inspect the string a little closer, and it is indeed sinew of some kind, treated sinew. You draw it to feel the weight, and it has a really solid draw, a lot more solid than the average bow. And you've dealt with bows, even though you prefer melee weapons. You have dealt with bows in your past and with hunting and things like that. And you know that a full draw on this bow with a decent attack is going to do some serious damage. And obviously you know that it's going to do extra damage against undead, because that's what it was crafted for.
Oh, and it's going to do even more with my blood curse on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you now have the Corpse Slayer longbow.
Excellent. Now I'm going to go buy some arrows for said corpse slayer longbow.
It will cost you 10 gold for 50.
No worries.
So with that, we will return back to the guild house, where after a time you will all reconvene together, unless anyone else has anything else to do in the meantime.
Sorry, DM, how long will the crown that Hit's making take?
That'll take a day as well.
Yeah, 2 days for the other one and a day for
Yeah.
the crown. Okay, cool.
2 days for so 2 days for the enchanting, and that's a rush. Like, he's really putting a rush on it for you.
Sweet.
But yeah, a day to make the crown. The jeweler's pretty. She's one of the best jewelers in the land, and you guys know that. You've heard about her before.
Good as gold. Sure is.
So you reconvene back at the guild house. By this time, you're probably looking at getting later in the day. You spend a whole day dealing with quorum and back at the guild house together, sorting out things there, going through the ritual with Inari, then going out and buying different pizzas and organising that stuff. So you'll be getting towards the end of the day, really late afternoon, early evening. You're all back at the guild house. Is there anything you guys want to further discuss before turning in for the evening.
Yes.
The look on her face. I was like, do I want
What are you talking
to?
about? That's the look she always has.
Yes.
I
So,
would like
discuss.
to go up to Het. Het, can we like go to a corner or something?
You're putting me in the corner. Have I done something wrong?
Not yet, but
Not yet, I love it.
You can do it, Het. You can do it.
shut up, Sadiq. Anyway, so do you have a date? I mean, do you have a date set? Do you want to go on a? Are you free later?
I mean,
Or-
what time is it, DM, roughly?
Probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Oh, he's muted.
4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay, evening, young man. Later, like in, later on this evening, you mean?
I was thinking about how you wanted to know more about me and stuff, and I thought that was a good idea. So I don't really know much about you, and Sadiq suggested a good idea that people go on dates for that stuff. So
Okay, that sounds, I mean, a date that's, we give it a name, that's wonderful.
wait, what?
Well, a date, you're calling it a date. Well, I mean, we could have just had dinner, right? That's,
We could go to dinner. Yeah,
dinner would be, I mean,
we could do dinner.
away from the group, is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, unless you want to tell everybody your stuff, I mean.
Oh no, that's fine, I get what you're saying. Sorry. Yeah, good, that'd be cool.
Dinner? All right. I don't know what to do after this.
We'll
So-
find a nice place. Well, we should go into town and find a nice place to eat now then. If you're cool
Oh,
with that.
yeah. That sounds good.
Okay, right, let's go. And I mean, should we tell the others? They will make fun of us, you know this.
Do we have to tell the others, or do you want
You
to?
don't?
I mean,
Yeah, well.
We can just go. We can just walk out the door if you
Don't-
want. It's, I mean, you know. Come with me. Hit takes you by
Alright.
the hand and just takes you out the door.
okay. We're leaving somewhere.
So you guys just leave? You don't say anything to anyone?
Nope.
Cool. So you're looking for an inn somewhere to have dinner, yeah?
We're looking for somewhere to take for dinner that's away from the group. Yes.
Okay, so you know about the Squirrel and Hydra. That's the place that you guys first started. I mean, you hit specifically. That's the place you know well. You spent a bit of time there when you first came to Ylrdy. But you probably know that the group probably knows that place very well as well. So you're probably going to look somewhere a little different.
Fiona, let's bypass this one. The group knows this. If they come looking for us, this is where we will be, and they would probably start here. Another one. Let's go find another.
So you do know about the Stout Harper, which is a smaller, shabbier dwarven tavern. You know that it's got reasonable food, but it's not flash by any means. You would also know about where is it? Go down my list of inns here. There is the Crossed Arrows, which is another dwarven inn, slightly bigger, probably more worthy of Fiala than the other.
Yes, the fanciest one that we can find. The absolute fanciest.
Absolute fanciest.
Yes.
Well, believe it or not, that's actually the Squirrel and Hydra, but
Oh crap.
you do know
Fanciest of
of
the leftovers.
you do know that in one of the lower wards of the town there's a little known inn, which is a pretty heroic inn. It's where a lot of adventurers do hang out, which is called the Dragon's Tavern.
Ah, the Dragon's Tavern. That sounds like me. What say you, Fiona?
That sounds good. I like it.
Excellent. We shall go there.
So it takes you a couple of hours to get there because it's quite a walk from where you are staying in the guild house. But when you get there, the building itself, very fine building, very finely made. It's got a large dragon's head wrought iron dragon's head. It looks like the shape of it looks like a black dragon's head above the top of it, and in sort of wrought iron letters. It's a very well made sign. It just says the Dragon's Tavern. You enter in the tavern, and as you get there, there's not many people there. It's quite quiet, but you find a. Do you find a quiet table or a one closer to the bar, to the door?
What would you prefer, Fiona? A nice quiet table away from everyone?
Maybe a quiet one in case, like, Allie and them look for us. We'll be hidden away.
Yeah. Hit sort of leans into the whoever, the bartender, that whatever, and says, he flicks him 3 gold and says, give us a place quiet, alert. Keep people away from us if you can. And
the barkeep has his back to you, but you can tell straight away just by his look. It's another Dragonborn. Dragonborn male. He turns around and he's a black Dragonborn, which is something you don't see very often, but they're generally pretty well mannered. But guests, hello there. My name is Brandel, and you are in the Dragon's Tavern, named after me, of course.
That's great. Hello, is it Randall, you said?
Brandel, with a B.
Oh, sorry, Brandon.
Brandel.
I am Hit, and this is Fiela, and we are looking for a table, and here's some coin to keep everyone away from us. We would like a quiet...
Of course. Well, Brandel says, take the table over in the far corner. It's nice and dim and dark and very romantic.
Thank you, Brando. Hit says thank you.
Brandel says thank you.
Fiona says hi.
Hello, Fiona. And he sort of gives you a real toothy sort of Dragonborn grin and gives you a bit of a wave with his hand. And I'll send someone over to your table directly.
Thank you, kind sir.
He sort of goes back to polishing the bar and a few glasses, and you do it. He sort of directs you over to the sort of the farthest corner of the bar. And it's a 2-story bar. You can see the bottom part where you guys are in. There's a fire pit in the centre of the room, and there's a few people sort of sitting close to it. There's a bard there, a half-elven gentleman, just sort of playing quietly on a lute. He's not singing or anything. He's just playing a tune that you'd probably know, and he's playing it reasonably well. Probably not as good as you, but it's a good effort. There's a few people sitting at other tables around, but not many, and up a set of stairs there's another sort of tier of tables as well, which it seems to be not very many people sitting up there either. And it seems like there's a staircase that goes further up still, which you would imagine would be where possibly rooms are for spending the evening. But he's directed you over to a table in the far corner, which is there's like a couple of pillars in the centre, which is it's sort of hidden behind those pillars, but not completely hidden away. But hidden enough in a way that if someone's sort of walking in, unless they were looking specifically for you, probably wouldn't notice you over there. And after about, there you go.
Hit pulls out the chair for Fiela to sit down.
Oh, thank you. I want to sit down.
And then he seats himself. Are there candles on the table?
There are, but they're not currently lit.
Yeah, Hit obviously uses his great magical power to light all the candles quick.
And 2 candles, one sort of either end of the table, spark into life.
So while we wait for our meals, Fiela, what was it you would like to talk about? I am an open book.
Well, your father's Dragonborn and your mother's Isamar, right? How would they feel about you taking a wood elf to dinner?
Oh, they are not racist at all. They love all kinds of creatures. I mean, they wouldn't have got married if they had any sort of racism in their blood, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And, what?
Oh, I was just saying we've been taught to accept others, respectfully.
I really wasn't prepared for this so quickly. Like, we just rushed off, and I haven't really had time to maybe...
And at this moment, Brandel rocks up to the table with a pitcher of ale and two cups. Right, well, complimentary drinks on the house. Jug of ale. Would you like to order?
Yes.
What would you like? We got an assortment of foods. Obviously, we have plenty of raw meats for the likes of us dragony type folks. The young lady, what would you like to eat? We got stew. We got all sorts here. We got fine meats, salads. If you're one of them vegetarian types.
You know what? I'm gonna have a raw meat. What do you got for raw meats?
Oh, we got a fine selection of raw meats. We got venison. We got pork. We've got deer. Oh, that is venison. Hang on. We got fish. Don't recommend the fish. We got bear meat, wolf meat.
I'll do venison.
All right. And you, Mr. Hit, was it?
Yes, that's right.
Good to see another Dragonborn face around these parts. Don't see him around very often.
Hit will order the most vegetarian dish on the menu, please.
Wait, what? Did you say... Well, I think you said.
Yeah. Salads, beetroot, tomato.
Okay. We got beetroot. We got spuds.
Yeah, just give me like a mix
Sweet
of potatoes.
potatoes. We got cabbage. We got lettuce.
Yeah,
All that stuff, right? He's giving you the weirdest look right now. Like, he's looking right at you, sort of with the eyes like, dude, what are you saying?
You can get what you want, Heck.
You may also get what you want,
I am.
Fiela.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten raw meat before?
Actually, yes.
Do you love it?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought if I got the plate that you would like, when you took your bite and spat it out, I would be able to swap around with you so you were happy.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Are you sure? Okay. Mr. Braylor, throw that crap away and give me a same as her, thank you.
All right then, cool. I'll be right back. And he's looking really confused. It's like he was standing there, sort of looking at you guys while you were talking back and forth, thinking, "Oh my fucking god, what the hell's going on here?" He's a little confused, but he leads you back to conversation and goes back. And it doesn't take him long, about 10 minutes, and he's back with a platter of assorted meats with venison laid out in the centre. Nice cuts of back steak of the venison, sort of laid out on almost like he thought he was being fancy, so he laid it out on a bed of lettuce to sort of give you the best of both worlds. And it, around the outside is a bit of wolf meat, a bit of bear meat, and there's a bit of pork as well. But the centre's all venison back steaks, and it's all nicely laid out. He goes, right. I think this might serve you both quite well. Enjoy. And he heads back to the bar.
Do you want to try some lettuce? Or no?
I mean...
Wait, here. I take off my ring of the goat. I put it on his hand. Now try some lettuce.
Okay. What does the ring do again? It makes everything taste awesome, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Pretty much.
He tries some lettuce, but he picks up the knife and fork as if he's going to use it, and it looks awkward in his big giant claws. And he's like, nah. Can I just use my hands?
Just use your hand. We've been in a tomb together long enough. Yeah.
Excellent. And he just rips off some lettuce and eats it.
It tastes good. It tastes real good, surprisingly.
It tastes like raw meat, I think.
Pretty much.
But there's like blood dripping into the lettuce, right?
Yep.
Yum.
All right then. So I'm just gonna taste mine, and probably you should keep that ring. Maybe.
It's okay. You can have it back. I do eat vegetables on the odd occasion.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you get served dishes with stuff sometimes, and you accidentally eat the bits that come with it, and head hands the ring back. I appreciate that, though. That is very kind of you.
All right. So, is there anything maybe you wanted to just ask me? Break the ice? Ice. Never mind.
That was actually a good pun. I like it. Anything I wanted to ask you? I think I asked you if you had a last name. You said no. I asked you your favorite color, and you said I can't even remember. Did you even answer that? I think we got sidetracked on that.
Silver.
Ah, yes, silver. That is a nice color.
I'm assuming yours is white.
Oh, I love whites and blues.
Yeah. Did you have a girl back home before you started?
Did I have a girl back home?
You know, a dragonborn.
No, never.
Oh. Huh.
They are usually not what I look for in a woman.
What? Dragonborn?
Yeah, they're jagged and sharp, and like me, it's like going out with myself. I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
Does that not make sense? I'm sorry.
No, it sort of does. I mean, I'm not exactly dating a soft, squishy thing, so.
That is fair. Okay.
We're really awkward people, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
This is not. Yeah. Okay. So.
I think the problem is too much expectation and not enough go with the flow.
Yeah. What do you expect?
I don't know. I don't expect anything. I expect just to carry on like normal and have fun.
Oh. Well.
You don't. I mean, in general, is that not what you were getting at?
I would love to have fun with you, Het. I mean, obviously, you know I do. But I have to tell you something.
Okie dokie.
I'm.
Are you already married?
No. But
You're pregnant.
I have to tell you that I'm not exactly all what else.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
Are you a half elf?
My. Well, I was dropped off at Vigilia's when I was very young. Well, not really young, but my mother was silver, and she was butchered. And when I went to find her, I found her horn was sawn off and her tooth was taken as a trophy, and her eye was pulled out of its socket and put in a jar, and there was nothing left of her, not even her beautiful heart, because she was a beautiful silver dragon.
What the? Are you serious?
She always smelled like fresh rain, and she always wanted the good and the best in people. And that's why I'm really worried about Allie finding out. And that's why Vigilia gave me a cloak of my mother's that makes a silver dragon come.
That is pretty cool.
What? I thought...
Not that your mom died. That's horrible. And I feel bad for carrying around a jar of eyes now. I will get rid of it as soon as I can.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough in that tomb. You with that eyes.
Yeah. You should have said something. It's been fun, but
can't be like, Cat, my mom died with a jar of eyeballs, and it can't be, you can't really just bring it up.
No, that's fair. I mean, I guess, yeah. Families and rough times, huh? So, Okay, so your mum was a silver dragon.
Oh. Before you say anything, because I thought you'd be really upset that I haven't told you stuff. I know that from that scrying stone, you said that they said that your family was with the council.
Yeah.
Did they side for or against killing the dragons?
DM, do I know that? I can't remember.
Yes, you would know that. And what you were told, or what your father told you, is that they were against.
Of course, we are dragonborn, created for a reason to fight dragons, but we are not for killing dragons. So no, my family were against it, Fiela. Thankfully.
So do you judge people by what they're on the outside, or do you judge them by their art?
I try not to judge people in general. I try to take them as they come. But the outside does not matter to me.
That's good.
It's how they taste. No, I'm kidding. Well, maybe a bit of truth there.
Well, that's good.
It's just jokes. So
Oh, chat. This is gold.
I'm failed. So I look like a dragon. My father is dragonborn and my mother is Asima, but I look more like my father's side. I have my mother's coloring, I guess. You look like your father. He was an elf.
My father kind of came and went. That's probably a story for another time.
Oh,
I mean, I
Nutty
don't
couldn't
wanna just,
control
like-
herself.
My whole story over dinner and raw venison, you know?
Oh, you're not enjoying
Yeah.
the venison.
We should probably pace this.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can eat the venison if you don't like it. It's not an issue.
No, and I just sit there and eat it up just fine. 'Cause-
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh no, maybe just fine. Do I have my
You don't have it on. It still has it.
damn it, evil?
No, Head handed it back.
Oh, did you hand it back?
Yes, Head.
Okay,
he handed it back.
then you don't need to make the save. You're fine.
Good, because I rolled a nat one. Just
You're fine.
fine.
You're just fine.
Head takes a handful of the meat as well, rips it off and chews it up quite happily, and he says, "Well, I'm glad this ended up not as a disaster. You look so worried."
I've been worried for a long time because I've been keeping secrets. Also, I'm an older woman than you, and the whole
yes.
older woman thing.
Yeah, it's rude to ask, I know, but are you like over 100?
You know, we probably shouldn't.
Head
Age,
is one.
men.
I suppose it's rude. I won't press any further on that. But
Bad enough.
Dragonborn only tend to live for, 70 to 80 years maybe. Het is probably a third, maybe a little more of the way there. I guess what I'm saying is, you will most probably outlive Het, just so you know.
Yeah, but we can have fun while it lasts.
Correct. That is, yes, that is years of fun, which I hope. Het is still in grieving too for his family, so as much fun as we can, but sometimes Het needs to get away and have some alone time.
Yeah, me too. What do you plan on doing after Kostas is dead? Or dies, I don't think.
I haven't really thought that far ahead.
I think we could free Kostas from his madness, maybe?
That's a nice thought. Have you ever spoken to other than your mother, a full live dragon before?
Yeah,
Oh, you have? Who else?
This pacing cat.
But you have spoken to dragons. That is.
Well, I mean,
that's-
I summoned
that's awesome.
dragons. So,
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. It's not quite the same, though, is it? I summon Kelek, but I haven't spoken to many other creatures like Kelek.
is he? And Rattlehead. I mean, do you speak to him anymore?
Oh, he, now and then, once in a while, yes.
And hit just as that moment, as Fiala says Rattlehead's name, you audibly hear the rattling of chains, just randomly, for no apparent reason.
Oh, there he is now.
Where?
Oh, I mean, I can't see him. I can just hear him.
Oh. Is that a good thing?
Oh, it's like, it's like when you have maybe your dear spirit watch over you, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I am a lucky being. I have not only the Steel Lady who watches out for me, but also the Rattlehead. And I think hopefully my family would be watching out for me now as well.
I think they are.
Roll a wisdom save for me, hit.
Or probably not. That's actually all right. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And with that roll, yeah, definitely the mention of your family, you mentioning your family and your thoughts going to your family, you get the sense of your mother's perfume almost immediately. You hear the gravelly voice of your father berating you yet again, but it still brings you comfort. And you hear the joint voices of your brothers giving you grief as a child, but it all brings you comfort nonetheless.
Hit just lets out a heavy sigh and sort of leans his head down a little.
I think they'd be very proud of you, Head.
And you get that sense that they're definitely with you. And even though your father was the way he was, just the last conversation you guys had, you got the impression he was actually not proud, but he was definitely impressed with what you'd had achieved thus far, and only wanted to see you achieve more.
What a lovely dinner we are having.
Yeah. We
Is it
should
too?
probably-
Is it too much? The candles, the talking. Are you good? Are you good with us?
I think I've not really been on a formal date, so this is nice. Yeah. Oh, thanks.
No problem. Did you want a drink? Alcoholic beverage?
I'm good. Probably don't want to be more chatty than I already am. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And then just at that moment, Hit, you notice at first a half elf and a full elf start arguing across the other side of the room by the fire pit, and one goes to throw a punch, and you instantly see Brandel clear the bar, like he did. One hands it and clears the bar, and just grabs them both, picks them up by the scruff of the neck, and goes, "Right, none of that. Get out of my bar." And sort of walks them over the door, kicks the door open, and just throws them both outside. Slams the door shut, and just grumbles as he heads back towards the bar, and sort of looks over at you guys as you sort of sees you guys looking at him. He's like, sorry, it doesn't happen very often, but gotta dip that in the bud before it gets too carried away, you know. You guys meal alright? The meat was fine?
We're good. Thank you.
Cool, good, thanks. Right. We are closing soon though. You guys did arrive a little bit late, but we do have rooms if you are looking for... Oh, never mind. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to impose. But they're cheap, they're good rooms. Comfy beds. Window view, city. Very romantic. Oh, and he sort of turns back and goes back to what he was doing.
That's your choice.
What? My choice? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, totally up to you.
No, it's not my choice. Yeah, you like to be in control once in a while. You pick.
Well, we could always walk a couple of hours back to the no. Let's just take a room here.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go and just
keep them guessing.
yeah, keep them talking. Hey, you can teach me some more Elven.
I could.
So with that, do you guys head to Brandel to secure a room?
Yes, Het will pay for everything on this night. What is the meal, Brandel?
Well, that will be pitcher of ale that was free, meat, and you said a room.
And a room, yes.
One room, two,
Yes, one
one.
room.
Oh, okay.
The best room.
Best room. Oh, that would be the honeymoon suite, of course.
What?
It's called a honeymoon. Oh, it's a special room. You'll like it. You'll like
honey
it.
in there?
Well, no, they just call it that. I've been in Valon for a little while. They got some strange sayings here, but you'll like the room. I guarantee. Money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you get money back. And 15 gold pieces for the room, for the meal, and you get a complimentary breakfast as well.
Done and dusted. Anything for you, Fiala. Here, and he hands the gold over.
Thank you very much. And just follow me, and he leads you up 2 sets of stairs, down a long hallway, and there's several doors as he passes through. He gets to a really fine oaken door, like with metal strapping and everything. It's got a lock on it. He opens it up, and he wasn't lying. This room is impressive. A large 4-poster oak bed, very soft mattress, fine furnishings, fine sheet. There's a nice writing desk. There's a little table by the window, which is a big double bay window, looking out over this portion of the city, which this is like a 3-story place, so it's a good view of the sort of city lights. You got the lamps that have been lit in through the city streets, and it's a very nice view from this window.
And as Het closes the door, as Brando walks out, Het says to Fiala, "Hey, Fiala, remember however long it was back in the tomb when, we did that joke when we had the beaver in my mouth?" And he closes the door.
Brandon sort of gives a double take as he sort of walks and shrugs his shoulders and just carries on. And that is where we'll end tonight's session, guys. Well done.
Nothing to say, Fiala.
That is awesome.
That is exactly how she is in real life.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you again for the players for an awesome show. Now I've got some preparation to do for the coming days. Preparing for your journeys to the lair of Ylrdy. So this will be some fun. So with that, some XP, I guess. We should hand out some XP, even though there's no battles. We've got some pretty good RP moments. Fiala and Het, if you haven't already got it, DM's inspiration, please. As far as everyone else is concerned, the RP was awesome. Sadiq, good idea for the bow. That was cool. It gave me something to think about, which was actually kind of cool. So, XP, chat. Someone in the chat, give me a number between 1 and 20.
40.
1 and 20, guys. So we've got 20. Throw some numbers out. Let's just get everyone in the chat to throw some numbers out. We've got 14, we've got 20, we've got 20. You don't count, trash. 14 from Grim. 12 from Roasted Chickens. Let's say with 1400 XP, guys, just for tonight's RP.
I thought you were going to add all those numbers together.
I was considering.
Times.
I was considering, but we'll make it 1400 XP.
That would be a level if he did that.
Mm-hmm.
If I did that, yeah, it'd be pretty close to a level. I don't want to give you guys another free level. you got a
Why
free.
not?
Free level. Free level?
Well, you got a free, it was almost a free level. You're getting close. I'm sort of mixing milestones and XP at the moment, so we're doing pretty good.
It's good. A new level gives you confidence.
It does.
Power.
It does. Exactly. I see what you did there. I wonder if anyone else got that.
Couldn't use it in game though. Too slow.
Say what? What couldn't you use in game?
The reference that he just made, that I think most people missed.
Memento would have got it.
I think so. I think Drax would have got it too.
Drax probably does.
But anywho, so yes, next Sunday we'll be back here again for episode 46 and see what the Lions will be up to next. As I said, guys, keep an eye on the Discord and on the Twitter. That's where I will announce the Session 0 for the Curse of Strahd campaign, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. Just got to wait for the characters or the players to roll their characters, come up with some backstories, and join the campaign. Dude, I had to do it, Roasted. I couldn't complete the other one I started, and I really want to play it with these guys, so I decided, bugger it, we're going to do it. Asked these guys about it tonight, and they agreed that they want to play as well, so we're going to do it. We're going to do a Curse of Strahd homebrew campaign. Not homebrew, completely official.
I mean, it's D&D. You gotta play it.
You gotta do it. It's my favorite module of all time. So definitely come back and check us out for that. I say join the Discord if you haven't already. All the information for the new campaign will go into the Discord before it goes into Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. !socials in the chat will give you that. But it's just twitter.com/Evldoa. youtube.com/Evldoa. I'm pretty much Evldoa everywhere, except for on Twitch, where it's Evldoa TV. But you already know that because you're already here. We probably should raid tonight, I think, shouldn't we? Who is on tonight? Do we have any Durandurs on tonight? That's the question.
Oh, this weirdness is so hot.
It would be
Take
hot.
it off now.
So we've got Dreaded GM doing Curse of Strahd, no less.
There's a lot of people doing it.
Well, it's a popular module. What are they up to? How long have they been on for?
Have this
Been on for 2 hours.
crossbow and this crossbow.
He reaches and takes it,
And
and he will reply.
Sound like
in
they're
Lady
Aussies.
Watch's
They sound like
voice.
they're Aussies too.
I
So
work for no one.
Nor do I.
Do you want these
let's
fonts
raid
as well?
Dreaded GM.
Why, yes! And he'll
So
put out his hand.
will you work with us?
Second, I got the name. So, guys, we're going to raid the Dreaded GM. I will put the raid up very shortly, but we're going to say goodnight. And thank you very much to everyone for hanging out with us again tonight. And we will see you all next week for the next installment of the Paradigm Bold homebrew campaign. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.